100 Neon Lords. Operators are standing by. Sewer Rats!
Hello, friends out in Spaghetti Land. Joey Royale here at the Sewer Rats Incorporated booth in the Best Western in lovely Marlborough, Massachusetts. Please stop by the table and see the wonderful weird wares we are slinging this weekend. Ciao, paisans! 5 pies for total con. Oh, not bad. Here we go. Nice browning on it. Came with some free plates. Beautiful.
Catch the Sewer Rats live in your town real soon, and be sure to pick up your new favorite weird RPGs. Live out in the middle of nowhere? No problem. Send away today for your free Sewer Rats catalog. Send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Sewer Rats Inc., 118 North Washington Street, Carthage, New York, 13619.
Hello, it's me. It's Kevin Vonesper. I'm in my Guar cave. I got my latest Guar shirt. Oh, am I eating the microphone? Classic Frenchie from the last tour. Giant size. I don't know. They probably come a little bit bigger, but it's pretty big on me. Probably cut it up one day. Hello, how is everybody doing? Welcome to GWARPod. Big things in the works for GWARPod, so you definitely stay tuned. Tonight we're gonna have it's one of those fun, casual fan episodes. We're gonna nerd out about GWAR. I'm gonna ask genuine questions because this is gonna be a genuine exploration into the world of the Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland. Did I get that right? Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland. God damn, that's a lot of syllables. We're going to find out all about it tonight on GWARPod.
GWARPod comes from on GWARPod. 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 GWARPod.
Hello, it's the Neon Lord Brian.
Kevin, it is an honor and a pleasure to be on the GWARPod. I'm so excited to be here.
Excellent.
Let's
I'm
nerd
excited
out.
Yeah, we're totally gonna nerd out tonight. I think subconsciously I wore this shirt because it's got like a lot of neon green in it.
Yeah, it's very aligned with us for sure.
You're complimenting me with some neon orange, so that's a good color scheme. Although,
Excellent.
man, I see some like great neon black light and stuff behind you. I think probably some of this GWAR stuff behind me would do that if I turned on or turned off certain lights. You know, one of my cuttlefishes glows, one of my odoruses glows, and maybe some of those posters too. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, the cuttlefish definitely would glow.
Yeah, sometimes I wake up to pee in the middle of the night and I'm just like, whoa, cuttlefish in my face.
Hell yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Hey, what are you gonna do? What's up, Brian? I guess first thing I should ask you is, who are you? What do you do? Like, how would you introduce yourself to the world?
Well, I am Brian Shutter. I am the creator of Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland. We call it a vomit punk buzzsaw of a tabletop role-playing game.
God damn. So, I was trying to count the syllables before. Let me try it again. Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland. 9. That's pretty good.
Yeah, especially because it's like,
if you got a the in there, it's 10.
Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland.
The Neon.
Oh, yeah. Damn it, I didn't think of that. That would have been awesome. Because, I mean, like, it harkens back to, like, the late 80s, early 90s, like, over-the-top names for everything, like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, of course, they were all pretty neon colored as well.
Yeah.
I definitely had some glow-in-the-dark Ninja Turtles, I'm pretty sure.
Glow in the dark Ninja Turtles. I'm
right?
sure
There
there
must have
was.
been at least one, right? That glow in
Yeah,
the dark.
there's got to be something glow.
I
I
mean,
know, like,
definitely, I'm sure I probably had at least one glow in the dark He-Man toy, right?
oh yeah. Scare Glow
You know, I don't know
was
if
the
I
glow
ever
in the
had
dark.
that one, but I do know what you're talking about. They had some cool toys, man. We had, Moss Man,
Yeah,
just crazy stuff.
yeah. It smelled like pine. Skunk
Yeah,
Works smelled like patchouli. Yeah, there was like gimmicks. Game or toys had gimmicks
yeah,
back.
gimmicks. Yeah, obviously I love a good gimmick, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing. Like shtick, we call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the specific shtick of the Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland?
So basically, it is a post-apocalyptic role-playing game. Only like the apocalypse happens in 1992, and then everybody survives millions of years later.
So this is in
And
America Must Be Destroyed era.
yes, exactly. And then pretty much um, the technology of the early or the late 80s, early 90s mixes with like alien technology, and it's essentially like Master Universe meets Toxic Avenger meets Ninja Turtles meets Guar meets like Trauma, all mixed into one giant like pot of ridiculousness.
Speaking of trauma, now you already give me a segue to promoting my own shit. I don't have my flyer up. I'll get it up later, but Jane Jensen will be returning to my normal show, GWARPod, coming up at the end of the month. So if you like your trauma movies, you got to come back. And she's bringing her friend Valentine, who was also in Tromeo and Juliet, with her.
Oh yeah,
I
that
wanted
was
to say Toxie something, but it wasn't. It was Tromeo.
yeah. Class of Nukem High, Return to Nukem High.
Right? Yeah, I'm sure those were influential to you. You know what?
Oh
I
yeah.
have the box set of those films, the original ones, and I've still only ever watched the first one. I need to get up on that.
2 and 3 are actually really good, like in terms of trauma movies, right?
Yeah, they usually get crazier as they go on.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah,
did
three's
you?
got like a giant. I think 3 has the giant squirrel in it, or 2 might. I'd have to go back and watch them, but yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
Go
yeah,
on.
yeah. Go ahead. Did you ever see the reboots or requels or whatever?
Fortunately, I saw the. I didn't even finish it. I bought it, the Return
Ooh,
to Nukem High, and I didn't even finish it. It was not not what I was expecting.
what was different about it that was?
Honestly, like the production quality was really, really good, but it was like too good for me, I feel. And
Mm,
then I don't know, it just didn't land with me. I'll have to rewatch it because I was just talking about it, and somebody said they really liked it, and then
I gotta watch it. I
need to give
really
it a.
owe Trauma like more love. I kind of, I was big into them when I was like in high school, like 20 years ago. Then I
Yeah.
kind of dropped off, and now I'm like, you know what? I should really catch up. Um, I did see there was a screening of hashtag Shakespeare. I can't say these fucking
Yes,
trauma things
Shakespeare
today.
shitstorm.
Hashtag Shakespeare's shitstorm. That is a tongue twister. Is coming back to a place that I've shown a few of things before in Brooklyn, Film Noir. So I may try to go to that.
Yeah, is Lloyd gonna be there?
I would imagine so. It's in New
Right.
York, right?
If it's in New York and he's showing his
Well, that's
movie,
gonna
right?
be. I think it's a 3 days, or I don't know if it's 3 weeks or 3 days in a row. They're doing 3 movies, and that's the middle one, all
Oh,
trauma.
cool,
So I don't
awesome.
know. I hope he'll be there because actually I need to talk to him. He's supposed to be in my documentary, and we just pushed it off for so long. It's been like 2 years since we started talking about doing an interview. So I got to get back in touch with Lloyd.
It won't be that hard. He likes to
No,
talk.
no,
That's
but
for
he
sure.
may have a new assistant at the time. Like he's agreed to do it. It's just every time we schedule it, it gets canceled for some reason. Or he got COVID once, so that
Mm,
was a big bummer. I'm
yeah.
glad he survived it, but
Oh yeah.
that was like, can't do an interview tomorrow. Lloyd got COVID. It's like, oh man, I took off from work for it and everything. But it's all good. We love trauma. Come back to my other show. I think it's the last week of April, last Thursday of April. Jane Jensen, um, who's as a musician, I love very much too. Let's talk about music, Neon Lord
Yeah.
Brian.
Let's talk about music.
How and when did you get into Guar? And was it in
So
1992? Like, is this all based on
Oh, wouldn't that be funny? You know
Right?
what? I don't know. It could have been 1992.
Well, what was happening in Guar
Okay,
at the time that
so
I could tell you?
I've been thinking about this because
Yeah.
I watch your show and I knew this question was gonna come up. So like I feel like I've always known about Guar. Like it's weird because it's always been like that thing. But like I'm sure this is probably the main answer for a lot of people is the Jerry Springer episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like
Did you watch the Guar Kid episode?
yeah, I watched a little bit of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so like but it was weird because like they're like Beavis and Butthead's favorite band, so like they were kind of ingrained a little bit in like subculture, for a long time. And then the Jerry Springer episode came, and then it like blew him. Like it was like this is like the greatest thing, because I'm not a Kiss guy. I hate Kiss. But like this is like better than Kiss. But
Yeah, it's more neon. Kiss is very like monochromatic. Is that what they say? Is that the right word?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
very
so
silver, white, and black.
yeah. And then so that's how I got into it, like where it's like, oh man, that's like where they came on my radar. But then the greatest thing of the 90s was Columbia House Records, where you could
10
get like
CDs for a penny or whatever.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
And then at the time, the
That's
only
how I got
one
into Green Jelly. Well, that's how I got the Green Jelly record.
see exactly. So the only one available Guar wise, I don't remember what else I got, but I know I got Carnival of Chaos at that point.
Really? No, couldn't have been.
97. That was it. That was the only one they had. So like, there's like obviously a gap between.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say
Springer.
because I think when they went on Jerry Springer, Ragnarok was like the album that had just come out.
Yeah, so that'd be 95.
Yeah.
So I got the discography up just because.
Yeah.
I'm old. Well, not that old.
I get a little. I know everything up until like the 2000s. Then I get a little fuzzy with the Guar discography.
Yeah, so just so we're all like on the same page and we know what we're talking about, I got it up for us. But yeah, so like I mean, back then it wasn't like, oh, just listen to it online, like
Right. Yeah.
you couldn't really do it. So yeah, pretty much just listen to them here and there. But Carnival of Chaos was like the first Columbia House that I was able to get my hands on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did
And
you
then-
get to see them anytime soon
So
after that? Well, so when did you? Yeah. What's your first?
I never
Guar
got
show?
to unfortunately see them live. Like there was like they were doing like a Halloween show with the Misfits. Like in the 90s.
Yeah, that was like around 95, 96. Yeah.
Yeah, so like
Probably.
I was supposed to go to that one and it fell through.
Where was that going to be? Halloween? Because they do Halloween in New York in my part of town.
Yeah. It's in New York because I'm in New York.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, but they weren't playing New York on Halloween that back then, like every year. Were they? No.
I have no idea. All I remember there was a Guar Misfit show around
Yeah.
Halloween.
Okay, around.
I mean, this is
definitely.
this is
Yeah. No, so it wasn't on Halloween. It was
No.
around Halloween. That makes
Yeah,
more sense.
this is
'cause
like
they're always
over-
on tour for Halloween.
yeah. So and I never went, and then like it just always fell through. Like, oh, we can go see Guar. It's like, yeah, it's just one of those bands that I just never came to fruition, unfortunately.
You've still never seen them?
No, and then like I think they were in like Niagara Falls. Like they were really close, like a lot. And I just never
like a Buffalo area.
Yeah, I'm in like around Syracuse.
Okay, I was born in Canandaigua.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah, so I used to live in around Ithaca for a
Yep.
while.
Yeah, I'm from Elmira, New York.
Okay,
So that's right by Ithaca.
man, I played there around there recently. Past summer, I did a couple Green Jelly shows, and we did Buffalo.
It's funny is we were talking about Bile before. That's where I saw Bile was in.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
talk about Bile. Hey,
Yeah.
all right. Let me. Well, there's relevance here. They used to tour with Guar too. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I believe it. I
Um,
could see that.
just to give the audience a perspective of why we were talking about Bile, I was mentioning before the show that I just came back from a convention this weekend, the Dark Force Festival by Vampire Freaks. I was the official, videographer. Wait, I think I got my thing right here. Yeah. That's the Dark Force Festival from Vampire Freaks, mostly like goth industrial culture and bands, and yes, he booked the return of Bile. They haven't played in many years, and Bile goes deep with me, and they're my friends from the New York scene, and it's great to see them. And yeah, how did you get into Bile? So now we're talking about Bile for a minute.
So I had a buddy
And-
who was really into Bile, and then I really wanted like because this was like early 2000s, like before it was like Napster was kind of around, but it was like impossible still to like get
Mhm.
music outside of like owning the CDs and like I mean the green jewel
Dude,
cases,
tell me
right?
about the Bile was like totally neon, like
Yeah, so like I had to have I had to have my own copies, and then um I we ended up seeing them, and then I got like every album.
nice.
Like yeah, it's I gotta dust them off. It's
Where
been
did you see
forever.
him and when?
The Haunt in Ithaca.
That sounds familiar. I don't think I've ever been there though.
It was like one of the only ever shows I've been to Ithaca for. But yeah,
Mhm.
like Bile's awesome, especially live.
Yeah, well, it depends on who's in the band at the time. It's one of those revolving lineup things.
Yeah.
But it's always definitely Christoph, and he's definitely told me that he has pictures of him trying on all the Guar costumes on tour
Oh,
with
that's
them that
awesome.
he's gonna try to dig out for me one day
Hell yeah.
because he knows I love Guar, and he's like, "Guy, put all that shit on my head, man." Dressed as sleazy and all that shit. Anyone
Yeah.
out there? Yeah, let me see what's going on in the chats. If you're here, chat along with us. Oh,
Yeah,
let me put the banner up.
Be curious to see if there's
Check
any
us check us
Bile
all out.
fans out
Yeah,
there.
any Bile fans out there? I mean, I think there's definitely a Venn diagram of Guar and Bile.
Oh yeah, there's like
And first of all, they're both 4-letter words,
yeah, that
and they're
is
both
true.
somewhat theatrical in the past. Sewer rats
Yep.
for life.
Yeah, it's a
What is
couple.
a sewer rat? Is that a
Okay.
character from your game?
No, so the commercial I put on the front was
Oh
this
yeah.
Sewer Rats Inc. is like we call it the Mega RPG Megacorp. It's me and a couple guys. We got together. We're like non-fantasy RPGs, like not like Dungeons and Dragons or anything like that. And then we kind of just like go together like with cons and stuff. Like we'll split a table and we put out a little zine of all our works together and everything.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of just like a weird little thing that we like to do. Lord Randy, Lord Randy be praised is another Neon Lords thing. So, the gods in Neon Lords are WWF wrestlers. So the Zeus of the universe is the Lord Randy, the Savage one.
Mm.
So a lot of like that's the big thing is Lord Randy be praised. That's what we say to each other.
I long time ago used to work at Best Buy at the mall, and this is all connected in my head. We had Ric Flair come in to do a
Awesome.
signing once, but the reason I thought of that was because one time when I was a little kid, I saw an event where Macho Man Randy Savage fought Ric Flair in like a nobody like it wasn't like a big event or anything, and they
Yeah.
definitely never televised it because it was so awful, and they were just like laughing the whole
Yeah, they
time.
just didn't give a shit. There's
Yeah.
like a name for those. If Garrett in the chat, he's my wrestling guru. He could tell you. There's like a specific name where they do like I don't even know what it is. Where they do like the non-aired shows where they just do
Well,
like
some of the matches were aired, but it was before they did everything like live. This was back in the early 90s.
right. Yeah.
So it was like they would tape these shows in the middle of nowhere. This must have been upstate somewhere. And then they would pick the ones that are good, I guess, to air.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Because I know I have a tape and I can't put it on YouTube because I get flagged every time I do it because WWE, WWF are like really on it for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, house shows.
Yeah, house
Eric.
shows. But I do have a video of me as a little kid in the crowd cheering for the Legion of Doom, and they gave me like the shoulder pads and everything to put on, and I got to keep them.
Awesome.
So yeah, that was a thrill of my
That's
life.
like your foray into Guar right there.
Sort of,
Like
yeah.
shoulder pads. It's very
Right? Yeah, totally. I mean, they were my favorites, and it totally ties into the aesthetic of Guar and like
Oh,
how,
yeah.
especially how Guar started with like the Road Warrior type look. They were
Yeah.
the Road Warriors, so they definitely ripped that off.
Yeah, that's true. And then
Yo.
as
But I can't talk about wrestling past like 1994. That's kind of when I fell off. I don't know any of the modern stuff except I know who Shotzi Blackheart is.
yeah,
'Cause
I'm not
she was
like I'm
yeah.
not a modern wrestling fan. I mean, I would watch it, but I'm just so far out of the loop that it's like
Yeah,
just beyond
me
beyond
too.
me.
It's cool. Like if I'm at the gym or something and it's on TV, I'll put it on because I don't have to really pay attention to it.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. Yeah, you just kind
Jer
of
J Red Jared is that J Red? I like to say J Red one. Is that
say when
I'm
you're.
butchering this man's name, but he's just popping up to say what's up. Hope you check out the rerun once it's over.
Oh yeah, I'll be. I'll push it out to all
Yeah,
my
yeah.
socials. And we can.
What's up, Elizabeth? I know, wouldn't that be cool? Except I'm sure they would be sweaty and like gross. But that's part of the
The
love for it,
allure.
right?
Yeah, I bet
Yeah.
you like that foam like holds that smelling.
Rowdy Roddy Piper. Yeah, I don't think I ever got to see him, but gotta love They Live.
Oh, John Carpenter. Like, you want
Hell
to talk
yeah.
about They Live? Like, movie's awesome. I'm a
I gotta
huge.
rewatch that. It's been a long time for me.
That's a good one. It's such
Wasn't
a
there
weird.
another wrestler in that? Who's the guy he fought?
The guy he fought, I don't think is a Maybe is he a wrestler?
I don't know. Where's our Garrett?
So honestly, funny thing about Garrett is he is my wrestling guy, but he is not a movie guy.
Oh
No,
wow.
it's Keith David. Keith
Oh,
David's the guy he fights. He's like isn't that like there's something about Mary, like he's stepdad.
I'm not sure.
He's always
Maybe.
like it's such like a weird reference,
That's
but that's
cool.
what I always remember him, but I don't think it's him. Yeah, he's in The Thing. He's like one of John Carpenter's like go-to guys.
We had Titties the Clown popped in. He will also be on my show, Von Pod, coming up. Titties the Clown from Green Jello will be on my 420 episode. That's episode 40 with a 2 in the middle on April 20th. So you can't forget the date of that one. And yeah, I
Awesome.
got to squeeze in another episode in between there because I got a 38 and a 40, and I got to make that joke work because that's the only date I can make that joke work.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, stick around for Titties on my other show.
How many
Yeah.
shows do you got?
Just 3. I started with 1, just Von Pod. It was just me talking to whoever I want to talk to.
Yeah.
And then I did my episode with Hunter Jackson. And I was like, what do you think if I did this, branch this off, with just GWAR? And he said, go for it. And he said he would make the logo. And then after that, I was like, okay, I'm down for this. And then I do one
Yeah.
about Phantom of the Opera.
I saw that.
Yeah, so those are my niches. Although that one's a little less consistent. It's like whenever I get a chance.
Yeah, that's cool. It's a passion project.
Yeah, it's just you know what? I can do these for free and from home, so why not? I get
Yeah,
to
and then
like
you get
talk to
to.
people.
Yeah, absolutely.
If nothing else, I have fun having this conversation.
So, are you an Andrew Lloyd Webber fan or specifically just Phantom?
Mostly just Phantom. I have a little bit of a blind spot for some of his work, although I'm aware of it.
Right.
Like I really need to catch up. I've never actually seen the Jesus Christ Superstar movie, which is nuts.
Oh, the movie is
I know,
fantastic.
it's like there's no reason I have no excuse at all for that one. But yeah, it's like via proxy because of Phantom. And I guess I don't know why I got into that so much. I guess I just liked my monsters and masks, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It ties
absolutely.
into everything here.
Yeah, that is true. I didn't think
Musician
about
in a
that.
mask,
Musician in a
like
mask.
killing people and shit.
So what about like the Finnish Lordy there? Are you a fan of him? Like he's like the kind of like the Kmart
Yeah,
Guar?
not really.
Yeah, I was just curious. Yeah, he
I
won.
It's
He won
cool. I
the
appreciate
Eurovision.
it. Yeah, I know. That's so crazy. Like a bunch of monsters won Eurovision, but hey, credit
Yeah,
to them. Um, I wish I tried to get into them, I listened to it. It was okay. It's just not really my jam. You can
yeah.
it's not just the theatrics for me. It's got to be the full package.
Well,
Like it's
yeah,
got to
that
be
makes
great
sense.
music too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's like yeah. I mean, Kiss looks cool, but I can't get into the
I
music.
mean, I like Kiss. I don't love Kiss. I've seen them
Yeah,
a couple times. Kiss has got some cool bangers. They got some crap too, it's
yeah.
I'm not gonna be buried in a Kiss coffin or anything.
Oh, why
But I
not?
did see their final farewell tour about 3 or 4 years ago now.
Yeah, their last final, like they always have a final tour. Or
Yeah.
do they
Well, no, it's
actually?
just because the pandemic kind of like extended it by like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
So like they're finally finishing it.
Yeah, Elizabeth in the chat said Guar spoiled us.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, and
absolutely.
look, check it out. This is a
Yeah,
Hunter
that is-
Jackson original.
that
And you
is
know, he
sick.
did sign it, but it's in black. And I made the background black, so you can't see it in this, unfortunately. But hell yeah, that is definitive Hunter Jackson artwork. Let's talk about artwork.
Yeah.
You got some cool artwork. Are you an artist yourself?
I
or-
am not. Unfortunately, I do everything but the art in the book. Sad to say, I can't draw. I wish
So
I
do you
could.
tell the artist like I want him to be a dwarf, green dwarf with slime coming out of his eyes, or
Yeah. So
You just
so
gotta
basically, you kind of like
dictate?
yeah, a little bit. So a lot of it at first was finding the people that'll do the right style, right? Because it's very specific with like what kind of style, and then oh yeah, see there you go. Yeah, my
Oh
buddy.
yeah, I'll go back to that one.
Yeah, my buddy Mustafa. He's the main artist guy. He gets it, like I'd be
Mhm.
like, just draw like a couple of the classes, like people in the game, and he's like, all right, on it. He already knows. But this is like years of us together working, so that's like a
Sure.
newer piece. But yeah, at first you're kind of just like, and then Luke, as a Polish comic book guy, did our logo. He's really cool. He's did a lot of Madball comics and like Toxic Avengers.
Nice.
Yeah, and like Ninja Turtle stuff for there. Then Chris Freeman is the guy I got to do Lick.
Yeah, I was gonna say this looks very familiar.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So it kind of started. So in the game, like in Dungeons and Dragons, you refer to like adventurers, right? Like they're the guys that are going on the quests and all that. But in Neon Lords, we do call them scum dogs.
I did notice that. I wasn't sure if I should ask about that or not.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah, we call them scum dogs, and then Lick is in the
Are
game.
they a different kind of scum dogs than Guar?
Yeah, so they're like it's just kind of like a term like you would call someone like a scum dog. Kind of like they're kind of essentially mercenaries for hire that'll do like stupid jobs and missions for money. They're just scum dogs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. They're kind of like scallywags, I guess you could say.
And does this sword cry blood in your game?
It does way more than that. I could pull
Oh
up-
yeah, sure, pull it out.
Look, I got the
What about
the
your
new,
sword?
the new edition of the book. That's
Yes, display, show and tell a little bit, because I don't have
Yeah.
any of your stuff to show, so please show it off.
Oh man, I should have sent you a copy.
Well, I think you sent me a PDF, but
Yeah, that's not the
I
same.
can't really put that up there.
Yeah. All right, let me figure out where stuff is in this book.
Hell und Lick.
So
Up
yeah,
with
so
you. Yes, largest sword of the land until Hunter made a bigger sword.
so Untlick's got its own page.
Oh,
You
nice.
can kind of see. So essentially, like what happens if you roll so it's called to the max, right? Is when like you deal ultimate damage in the game. And Untlick, you roll again, and Untlick can do like a bunch of like insane gory things. So obviously, like we didn't rip like the lore of Untlick, so we kind of made our own.
Mm-hmm.
But so like pretty much just like a blade that has to like be quenched with blood, or like it takes your own blood type thing. But it's like, it'll can over the top, it'll blow people's heads off, and like it disembowel them and all that good stuff. Just over the top sadistic funny gore is what kind of like we
Nice.
go for. Yeah, it's like rip faces off.
Do you have is there a character that you play particularly, or anything like that?
So generally, how like role playing games work?
Yeah,
Is
teach me. I have
Yeah.
I have no idea. I've never played that. I don't know how it's past me. I do have the Rumble in Antarctica rule book.
Yep,
But
I
I've
got
never
that
really
as well.
read it because I don't have any of the pieces. So.
Yeah, that's like a double-edged sword on that game, because that's a miniature skirmish game.
Is that a little bit different?
It's very different, yeah.
Okay.
And then, but no, that's fine. But like, those minis are crazy expensive.
I know. I was like in high school when that came out, so I just didn't quite have the budget for it.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I
that's the
would have had
problem.
all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
So
have any of them. And
no,
anyone wants to send me your pieces, like, come on, this collection needs more Guar toys.
yeah. There's that
I'm
blue
missing a
odors.
few.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah. So a role playing game, right? So you have the person, which is called. Oh, see, all my toys are falling down. You have
That's the thing about toys, they're always falling down.
well, this okay. So this it's a 40K thing, Warhammer 40K, but this pink horror is literally possessed. Every time I'm like on a call or something, it
It
flies
knows.
off the shelf at me every
It's like when
time.
I talk to my friend on FaceTime, her dog is always so jealous and has to like run over and distract.
It's
But
crazy.
your toy is just like very jealous.
Yeah, yeah, he'll be all right. So yeah, so there's the player or the dungeon master, right? Or in obviously
Right.
Neon Lords, we call him the Neon Lord. Is like he's the game master. He controls the monsters and sets the traps and sets the
What does
stage.
he
Like,
look like?
well, it's just me.
Oh, okay.
You're just like
Do you have a page in the book? Did they animate you?
no. Well, technically no, but
So you
technically yes.
because you're like meta above the book?
Yeah, you're meta, but
Yeah.
like we did do ourselves in the
Okay.
back.
Cool,
So
cool.
before I started growing a beard, is I'm in the back of the book. But yeah, so like I control the game and like we control like what happens and like like if battle happens, like you're fighting a mutant, like you're like, okay, well I'm gonna hit with a sword, and then we roll some dice, and then I tell you if it hits and all that good stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah, but if I had to play a character, they are these guys called the Cosmic Barbarians. They snort cosmic dust to get
Oh
high
yeah.
and go into a juiced out blood rage. And they wear fanny packs and they dual wield weapons. So Cosmic Barbarians,
That's
definitely.
me at the con.
Hell yeah, I'm shirtless with a fanny pack.
I did have a fanny pack, but I didn't wasn't quite shirtless, so close enough.
Yeah, I might as well.
A lot of people were, so there was
I
a
can
lot of people who
imagine.
looked like that there.
Yeah, it's like a Techno Viking.
Yo, remember him? I
Of
don't know if the
course.
kids today know about Techno Viking. That
what
shit's
what
like
year
mad
did you
old.
graduate? What year did you graduate high school?
2002?
Okay, I graduated 2000.
Yeah, so around the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
So
remember I mean, that was one of those original like
that
viral
was the
videos.
original, one of the original. Yeah,
I
and
wonder
then
what happened to that guy.
so I know I watched a documentary on Techno.
There's a documentary about him?
Yeah, because there was a huge lawsuit.
Really? What
Yeah,
tell me about
because
it.
so there was a guy, like a documentary filmmaker, was documenting the festival that was going on, and like he was just filming the crowd and stuff, and then all of a sudden like this guy is like getting handsy with a woman, right? Like as you can see in the beginning of the video, and all of a sudden like Techno Viking jumps like out and like
Right.
scoots him away, and he's like, okay, what is this? I gotta film this guy. So then he filmed them. So I'm gonna butcher a story, but the too
Yeah.
long didn't read is the footage leaked onto the internet without Techno Viking's consent, and they were
Mm.
making all this money, and he wasn't making any of it. So it was like cease and desist went out, but I mean it didn't stop him because Techno Viking
Yeah, I don't
is
know if he has a right to that footage since he's not, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, but
but Germany too.
oh, it's different in Germany?
I would
Yeah,
assume
okay.
so. I
Could
would.
be.
I mean, it could be, yeah, because like you might not have the luxury of filming people on the street.
I mean, if in a public place, I think if you take a picture, like you own that picture.
That's like, yeah, that's generally like the consensus in the States, I believe.
Not to
Well,
say it's ethical what they
right.
did.
Well, the difference between ethics and
Yeah,
legality. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, obviously. Our country, there's not much ethics in law, I think. That's
No,
a
not
whole
at all.
nother podcast. I'm not getting into that on here.
Yeah. So
I don't
yeah, I
know
know.
enough about it to comment.
Yeah, Techno Viking
Let's
was
stick to
definitely,
fantasy.
yeah. Techno Viking. I mean, so he was like a big influence, of course, on the whole aesthetic of the Cosmic Barbarian too.
Right.
Just like
So since we're talking about cons, what kind of cons do you go to and promote at?
so I go
And
to
maybe, I mean, you would probably wouldn't have been too far out at this one, you know.
No, see, that's the beauty of Neon Lords. So generally, we go to game cons. Like
Right.
I go to PAX Unplugged every year.
Where's that?
It's in Philadelphia.
Okay, not too far.
Yeah, and then I got a couple local cons like here that I'm gonna do and down by Elmira and stuff. And then Game Hole Con is in Wisconsin. I will be there this year. I know, great name. But so like the VHS aesthetic and the Guar vibe and like the Ninja Turtles and everything, I feel like we could show up at any kind of con and kind of
Yeah.
and do pretty well, I think.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking it would be fun since I just finished these like today. Should we go through some of the photos I took at the con?
Yeah,
Are you interested?
of course.
Let's see. See, I'm telling you, we're gonna get geeky. It's not just about Guar. We're gonna talk about, and I wish Guar was playing some cons. That would be really cool. I don't
Yeah,
know if
that'd
they
be
could
awesome.
I don't know if how Guar would be in a hotel. I know they've promoted their games at cons before, right? At
Yeah,
the
there's the
gaming
guy
cons.
who did the card game. He was
Mhm.
at Gen Con last year.
Right, the card game. That's the other thing I have back there that I haven't played yet. Have you played the card game?
I have not. It was like a big to do about getting copies, so I have not gotten a copy yet.
Oh, got you. All right, let's see. Well, that's me and the band Health, who are really cool. I guess they
Awesome.
did a song with Trent Reznor. How do I make this full screen here? Nope. I'm new to Flickr.
I don't think I've ever used Flickr in my life.
So there, see, there's like Star
Yeah,
Wars.
I noticed that.
This has nothing to do with anything there, but like there's some lots of cosplay and stuff like that.
It's
So I
impressive.
was telling like Bill Manspeaker from Green Jello, like we got to get him booked at some of these cons because you imagine Green Jello invading a hotel, like walking around with those puppets all day, all
It'd be
weekend.
awesome.
They would be a hit. Everybody would be a fan. That's he was on my show. It's my friend Vinny. He's on my record as a narrator.
Very cool.
Yeah, so this is what you were talking about, the
Yeah, the
bile shirts.
bile.
I just saw them. We were out by the food trucks, and I just saw all the bile shirts. I'm like, we got to get a picture of all these guys.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, holy crap! I have not seen a bile shirt in
Yeah,
20 years.
they were coming out in full force.
It's
Good, I
awesome.
brought mine, but a good thing I didn't wear it because other people were wearing the one I have.
Oh
That's
yeah,
Jet who put on the festival.
sweet.
See more people in cosplay. Just
Yeah,
everyone's dressed up all crazy. Okay, this is funny. I want to tell this story and see if you laugh. So
yeah,
I tried to. I don't know if it's the way I'm telling this story. Maybe I need to workshop it.
yeah.
But I was dying. Actually, this girl right here, my friend, I was talking to her. I was like, "Where are the after parties?" Because there's always after parties at these cons in the hotel rooms, right?
Yeah, totally.
So I was like, "Where is the party?" And she said, "There's a party in the elevator." And I was like, "That's stupid. There's not going to be a party in the elevator." What she meant was there's a flyer for a party I could look at that's hanging in the elevator.
Yeah,
And
that's
I was
like
thinking like, a actual
yeah.
party
I would have
happening in
thought
the
that. I
elevator.
would have thought that too for
I was
sure.
like, "Stop fucking with me." It's like, the pool on the roof.
Yeah.
It's like, but so that was funny to me. So yeah. That's Matt Miner who wrote Guar comic books. He was also on the Guar pod. He is a goth industrial fan, so I was hanging out with him there this weekend.
Awesome.
Yeah, so if you want to see his episode, he wrote I can never say these names of these comic books.
Oh, yeah, Gazmageddon.
Orgasmageddon and the Enor I can't do it.
Yeah.
Ignormatic fail. Ego I can't. You know what I'm talking about, the Guar
Yeah,
comics.
I do. I don't know where mine are. They're somewhere. I got stacks of stuff in here, but
Yeah,
got the Guar books for sure.
yeah. There's some more. Let's see. There's Sean and Mandana. They run the Red Party. If you like goth music and you're in New York City, definitely go to the Red Party. There's Christoph from Bile.
Awesome.
And yeah, there's Christoph and Bear from Bile reunited, and it feels so good.
Hell
It was
yeah.
just so great to see them on stage together again. So yeah, what are like So obviously the big draw to this con were the bands.
Yeah.
What are the big draws to the gaming conventions?
So gaming convention draws generally a lot of times they'll get famous people in the industry, artists, and games like if you're like a big neon maniac as we call our fan group, and I go run games like I go run Neon Lords at these conventions, and you could play with the guy who made it
Right.
if
So
that's your
that's the
thing.
big thing. Instead of like seeing a band, you're like, I'm gonna go play this game.
The guy, yeah, but it's like a lot of times it's with the guy who made it. So like
Right.
Cyberpunk, the guy who made Cyberpunk, Mike Pondsmith, was running a game right across and he's like my hero, right? Like he's like my all-time
Mhm.
favorite game creator. Is he was running a game right across like a table from me, and I'm like, damn, I could literally be in a Mike Pondsmith game right now, but I have to run my own game. This is a
Oh man.
bizarre like world.
So like
Like
how see there was an Easter bunny was there giving
that's
out
awesome.
candy. You never know who you're gonna run into.
Never.
Uh some drag queens. Look at this one's dressed as Ash, did a whole like Ash act. So that was really cool. Are there any kind of shows at these?
Yeah, they'll do like not necessarily show. Well,
There's
sometimes
Matt
they do.
again, Matt Miner.
Nice. Yeah, it's like you could do like they'll have like panels,
Yeah,
like like um like they'll have like conversations they'll talk about, or they'll like sometimes they'll have like live like there'd be like podcast or like Twitch shows that do like Dungeons and Dragons or whatever RPGs live, and they'll do like a live show or a live podcast. They'll be there or something.
right.
Like it all
Are
depends.
there big game like role-playing game podcasts? I know you kind of have one, right?
Yeah, we're not like that big, but
Yeah,
like
tell us about your
so
show.
we do a couple shows. We do a Twitch show called Raviolis for Randy with my
Right.
buddy Joey Royale. That's pretty much like well the name's a spin on like Lord Randy. So like that's like the neon like connection. But we'll talk about anything on there. Like a lot of times we'll talk about like VHS culture, movies, and like books. Like we just had a comic book guy on last week. I can't remember his name, unfortunately, off the top of my head. We talked about weird fantasy for like 2 hours, right? And then
Mhm.
I like Lucas Kowalski, the Polish comic book guy. I recorded an episode with him that I still have to show, but I mean he's in Poland, and so it
Mm.
was like 6 hour difference. So then it was like 3 o'clock here, 9 there,
Mhm.
and then like we'll have like other role playing content creators come on, and we'll talk about their favorite like sci-fi movies or their favorite like whatever's.
What are
And
your favorite sci-fi movies?
my favorite sci-fi movies,
Yeah,
well,
you.
depends on the genre.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I go deep.
What's your favorite genre of sci-fi movies?
Favorite genre of sci-fi movies, I would say, would be the post-apocalyptic Italian movies. So Warriors of the Wasteland.
Oh.
Yeah, I go deep.
So wait, are those like pre or post Road Warrior?
Yeah, so they're post Road Warrior because
So that
it's
kind of
not.
started everything, right?
Yeah, to an extent. The Star Wars technically started everything,
Okay, yeah,
which
yeah.
is weird to think, but like yeah, so yeah, Road Warrior was like the big one, but the Italian film industry was very like very good at like ripping movies off. I'm not say ripping, but
Sure.
like they would make like their own versions of like Star Wars. There's a bunch of fantasy movies. There's a bunch of Sword and Sandals, and there's a bunch of
Mhm.
did a ton of post-apocalyptic movies, and then I mean obviously horror, right? Italian horror is like the big thing,
Mhm, mhm.
but yeah, like Lucio Fulci is like my
Right.
favorite director of all time.
Okay.
Like Zombie and all the zombie movies and stuff.
I mean, I've seen them punch that shark. Yeah.
Yeah, Zombie versus Shark. That's like
Yeah.
most iconic thing. And like the part where the splinter goes in the eye, we
I
always
think I
talk
watched
about.
this movie he did about what was it? There's a bunch of them that's like a whole other subgenre about murders in a like a health spa
Murders in the House Spa.
or like a killer workout.
Oh, I don't think Fulci did Killer Workout though,
No,
did
but
he?
he did one of those, didn't he?
I don't know.
Slash Dance.
I have Slash Dance.
Is that Fulci?
No. It could. I mean, there's
I
like.
don't
I
think
mean,
so. Yeah, I think he did one of them though.
he
I'm
probably
trying to think.
did. There's like a. He did a ton of movies.
Yeah, no, it's bothering me. Let's see.
Yeah, you gotta look it
So
up.
wait, what's your favorite post-apocalyptic Italian
Warriors
science
of the
fiction movie?
Wasteland.
Warriors of the Wasteland.
Yep, I like that one a lot.
I want to look up a trailer for that.
You know,
Let's
it's
see.
another good one. Speaking of Piper, right? Roddy Piper, he did one called it's not Italian, but he did Hell Comes to
Oh
Frogtown.
yes, I have Hell Comes to Frogtown.
It's awesome.
Well, this all relates to my documentary that I'm making about Dookie Flyswatter, because he was in a movie called Rollerblade Warriors Taken
Yep.
by Force.
I have the first Rollerblade Warriors.
Is that the one with Michelle Bauer in it?
I have to rewatch it. It is
I've actually never seen it.
It's so there's like a whole Rollerblade
Yeah,
Warriors,
there's a whole series.
and the guy who made Rollerblade Warriors actually did Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Yeah, that's why I was
too.
Yeah, exactly. Donald J. Jackson, I want to say his name
Yeah,
is.
he's got like a
He's
taken by
not with us anymore. I think from what I've heard, especially the Rollerblade Warriors Taken by Force, which my documentary subject is in, and that's why it's a particular interest to me. I think his best wishes for his, after he died was to have this never re-released ever.
Yeah, but like there's so many good movies that are like impossible
I
to
wouldn't say
find
it's
to
a
be
good
made.
movie. It's an interesting movie. It's a little
Oh,
rough around the edges. I could see why he
okay.
wouldn't want to put it back out.
So the one I have is okay. So he did do Hell Comes. He was a producer on the original Rollerblade. Just Rollerblade is
Mhm.
the one I have. 86. That's the one. A futuristic society, rebels fighting against a fascist state are aided by a group of roller skating nuns called the Bod Sisters.
Yeah. Do you have any roller skating
Amazing.
nuns in your game?
No, unfortunately. So we do have what we call the Heathers,
Mm,
right? Are like the big. Here, there's like a picture of the Heather.
nice.
Yeah, like typical Valley Girl style, Cyndi Lauper hair.
Yeah.
Rollerblading. So I do want to do a roller skating class. It'd be interesting to do.
Yeah. Could be
It'd be
influenced
fun.
by these movies for sure.
A lot of them are so hard to find. That's the problem, or they're crazy expensive.
Yeah, the one, I mean, I had this on VHS from the 90s when I was collecting these movies. So I'm kind of lucky that I got a copy of it before it was like super, super obscure.
Yeah.
But what's his name? Johnny Psycho is a guy in the movie with a giant mohawk.
Yeah.
Like he's in my documentary, and he was really cool to talk to.
Awesome.
And he was also in a movie. You ever see what's it called? It just came out on Blu-ray like last year. Game of Survival.
No.
You might like that. I mean, it's
I'm
not
sure I
quite.
will.
It's kind of like a bootleg Running Man.
I love it already.
Yeah, so I figured it'd be up your alley. It's
Yeah.
really terrible.
So a Game of Survival 2024?
No.
Game of
This is
Survival
from the 80s.
93?
It's from the 80s.
Okay,
I think it's called Game of Survival.
No, this can't be it. This is like Street Gangs.
No, what is it called?
Survival game?
I don't
Survival
think
game
so.
came up. Games of Survival.
Games of Survival? Maybe it's that one. Oh God.
A warrior from another planet must battle 6 opponents from different parts of the universe.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Okay,
Let's
this
see.
looks
Special effects. Actor. Johnny Psycho. Games of Survival. Yeah, I was pretty close.
No, you're close, definitely close. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was in
I-
Rollerblade Warriors, and he was also very briefly in Hell Comes to Frogtown. So that,
Awesome.
guys, it all relates. Trust me, I'm going somewhere with my little rants here.
No, I am a big stream of consciousness.
Yeah,
like
this
pod.
is one of those. This is definitely one of those kind of conversations.
Yeah, I didn't think we were gonna talk about like Rollerblades, the movie, but it's
Yeah,
awesome.
here we are.
Rollerblade 7 is
I
like
mean,
his like
you like Gwar, you like B movies from the 80s and shit. Like this is all
yeah.
in the wheelhouse.
Yeah, I got lucky though because there was like a VHS store like literally like a block away from my house called Little Joe's that went out of
Nice.
business, and they were selling box tapes with no covers on them for 25 cents a piece.
Ooh,
And then like I was just grabbing every single like trauma one I could find. They had like Class
nice.
of Nukem High in there, Trauma War, a bunch, and I was just watching a crap ton of them. But then of course like the future was there in DVD, and then everybody was getting rid of their VHSs. So then it's like it was gone. I lost them
Oh
all. But
man.
I've rebuilt a lot of I still collect VHSs now
Yeah,
though.
I talk to a lot of people who collect VHS, and I'm totally here for it. I like that it's kind of back in style. But I do have to clarify that my collection of VHS tapes is not because I ever tried to have a VHS collection, like in a retro sense. It's just that that's what I was buying in the 90s before Blu-rays and DVDs were out. Like
Yeah,
those are the only ways to buy those movies. So that's why I have them on VHS.
that's awesome. I'm not like a VHS snob, right? So I'll still buy a DVD or a Blu-ray if that's the only way to see the movie. Like I'm more of a
Sure.
movie guy. But then again, I do like I have a bunch of movies where they took modern movies and put them on VHS. So like one
Right.
of my favorite movies of all time is Hobo with a Shotgun,
Yeah, I saw it once.
and then oh, it's beautiful. And then they put it on VHS, and then it adds
Right.
like we call it the
It's more
piss
of a
filter.
collector piece.
Yeah, I guess, but
Like
like
it's meant to live on a shelf, right?
yeah, theoretically. But I watched it because I feel like Hobo with a Shotgun is one of those movies that like like it's that VHS aesthetic.
Did they
Like
I mean, I guess it's probably built into the film already, but do they like degrade it a little bit to be on
so you know
VHS?
I don't know if it was on purpose, but it like so in Reveille for Randy, and when we talk, we call it the piss filter.
Mhm.
Like all these movies, like these grindhouse movies in like the 60s and 70s had that weird like yellow tint, like
Mhm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
had that just sweaty
Like a lot of people
smell.
struggle to watch that on like a 4K transfer because they want it to look shitty.
Exactly. So like I don't know if the VHS like just accentuated it or they purposefully like degraded it, but it looks
That's
awesome on
interesting.
VHS.
Interesting. Let me catch up on some comments. They are amazing. I think you're talking about the photos. Thank you very much. We can party in the elevator. Hey, I wasn't opposed to it. I was just didn't didn't understand. She didn't mean it as a joke. I was like,
Yeah, that's just a weird.
she didn't realize she was telling me that there's a party in the elevator, and that could be misinterpreted.
It's a weird way of
Literally,
weird way of saying it
I thought it was
because
hilarious.
generally if you're like, hey, like where's the after party? Be like, oh, there's a flyer in the elevator.
Right,
Not
that
there's a
makes
party
sense.
in the elevator. Well, no, technically there's not a party in the elevator.
There's a flyer for a party in the
I did
elevator.
bust out a couple VHSs to show off.
Yeah, let's
I'm
see
sure
'em.
everybody shows off Skullface.
Skullhead face. Yeah, I
Skullhead
got mine up
face.
there somewhere.
Yeah, Phallus in Wonderland.
You know, VHS Mikey was gonna send me one of those. I wonder if it's in
And
the
then
mail.
the
Hell yeah,
best.
it's
It's
sleazy.
Sleazy is my favorite. I love it.
Really?
Oh my
Why
god.
is that your
Well,
favorite?
because it's just so over the top. I love Sleazy's my favorite. By far my favorite aspect of it. And then like I talked to Sleazy about coming on and playing games, but he won't return my emails. So Sleazy, if you're
Oh,
watching, talk to me.
you gotta
But yeah,
get him like find him on Rumble these days, I think.
Rumble, really?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard from him in a while. I think they banned him from all the major platforms.
He's on Twitch. He pops up. He pops up. I'm gonna
Okay.
have to jump on one of his Twitch streams.
Yeah, you just gotta like find him. He's always streaming, so just gotta
Yeah.
catch him.
But yeah, Sleazy's my favorite, and then like Slaughterama, it's like one of my favorite songs.
Sure.
Oh, and we do have the Sleazy Blaster in the game too.
Oh yeah, do you have a page for it?
So it's just listed. There's no picture of it,
Mhm.
unfortunately. So it just says Sleazy.
Eraserhead never needs to be re-released either. Yeah, that's another one. Although I bet you the director wants it to look pristine, and now we just want it
Yeah.
to look shitty.
Well,
And
that's David Lynch.
yeah,
So yeah, of course David Lynch is gonna love like
Roddy Piper is the best. Another great Canadian, eh?
Roddy Piper is actually like Hell Comes to Frogtown is actually really good.
That isn't actually good. Like Rollerblade Warriors Taken by Force is not a good movie. Hell Comes to Frogtown is actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah, and then like the latex and the practical effects, like
Yeah.
those frogs look awesome.
Whoa, Brian, you have a couple hundred VHS? Oh man, you got to get them on display. I know it takes up a lot of room and it's very heavy.
Yeah.
Yo, here, I think it's a good spot to play a little trailer for my documentary because I feel like if you're watching this and you're into this kind of conversation, you would definitely be into this.
What influence did B movies have on the band?
How many tapes do you have? How many loads have you got?
It started out as a band that was covering bad songs from bad movies.
I mean, they should be looked at as a legacy of Los Angeles.
They lived the movie lifestyle. I had seen many of Dookie's movies long before I knew who he was.
I first saw Dookie Flyswatter in a Green Jello video.
Because as soon as I saw him up on the stage, I go, oh, fuck, that's that guy from Surf Nazis.
Roger Ebert said it's the worst movie he's ever seen.
They were such a part of our scene.
You know, a cult movie that's got its own fans. We've attracted our own fans and our own family.
Within a city of misfits like Hollywood, we were misfits.
He's an icon of the underground exploitational genre.
Punk rock god of Hollywood.
It was neat to see the same faces always orbiting this universe that Dookie Flyswatter seemed to be in the center of.
There was celebrities, weird people, cool people, interesting people.
Axl and Sass came to see us and I slimed them really good.
Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons.
Tom Waits was there. I remember Fishbone showing up at a couple of gigs.
Courtney Love was afraid of us.
When you're sitting between Dookie and Elvira, it doesn't get any cooler than that.
Spike Lee wasn't impressed.
I'm just about to go on stage and Flea grabs my shoulder.
White Zombie and Haunted Garage and Tool were all in the same bill.
I think Soundgarden was opening for you. I would not be surprised.
I did a nude painting.
Clive Barker owns that painting.
Los Angeles seems to be a haven for insularly popular artist situation. You can destroy here, and nobody knows where you are anywhere else. No. It's crazy.
We'd like to be an A movie someday.
A B-A movie. An A-B movie.
A B-A movie?
A B-A. Cut!
Awesome. Absolutely beautiful. I'm a huge Surf Nazis Must Die fan.
Yeah, that's Dookie Flyswatter. He was Mangala.
Awesome.
That's why I'm trying to get Lloyd in here because we got to talk about bringing that movie to Cannes, you know?
Yeah, definitely. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
What's the release date on that?
The documentary?
Yeah.
There's no release date on that. Yeah, that's the I'm very, 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 very slowly working on it when I have time, you guys. If someone wants to be my angel investor, you know, by all means. But until then, I gotta like work the day job and then listen, I'll probably work more on it this summer. I kind of took a little break on it. I'm still doing interviews here and there. We finally got Gabby Godhead and Stiff Slug, the two members of the band that I was missing. So little things are happening, but no major progress at the moment. But yes, it is still going to happen eventually.
Hell yeah. So you'll have to come on to my show, and then we can dive deeper into the more B movies. It's
yeah.
I mean, not that we can stop now. I'm just saying, like,
sure.
Part 2.
Yeah, absolutely. I know a lot about a little and a little bit about a lot.
Same.
And so B movies, Dookie's movies, and then like a little bit branched out from there is like really my wheelhouse.
So what's your favorite movie of all time?
You know, that's a tough one. But can we limit it to a genre or of all time?
Well, I'm sure
it depends. I would say
have to ask you, like, what's your favorite movie?
Sure,
right?
Of course. You know what? I'd probably tell most people Mystery Date.
Mystery Date. I don't think I've ever even seen
really?
that.
Well, GWAR's in it.
Really?
Yeah.
What is this movie that
Mystery Date is a 1990 dark comedy that kind of disguised as a romance film with Ethan Hawke and Terry Polo.
I'm looking
and
at
in the middle of the the movie, they end up at a GWAR show. And they're
I'll
playing
have to.
Horror Big.
I'll have to. Oh, and even James Hong's in it.
Yeah, James. Yeah, lots of great people in this. What's his name? I'm terrible with names, guys.
Victor Wong is in it.
Victor Wong. Who I'm
He's,
thinking of BD Wong. BD Wong.
Victor Wong is Big Trouble Little China.
Oh, okay.
He's not. He's the good guy, and
I love
he's the
BD
grandpa
Wong.
in Three Ninjas. If you're a Three Ninjas fan,
There you go. Nice. Yeah, it's a great movie. It's a great timepiece. Fisher Stevens, that's the other guy I'm thinking about.
Fisher Stevens.
He was in like Hackers. He was like the
Oh
bad
man,
guy in
Hackers. What? Oh, what's his name? Yeah, the Plague.
I don't know that one.
No, that's
a
his
movie?
name in the Hackers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, totally ridiculous.
I love Hackers.
I
That's
filmed
like,
him for an interview for something once. It was interesting.
we'll bring it right back to the book. We
Yes,
got.
let's bring it back to the book.
I know, like supposed to be. Well, I mean, that's whatever.
Yes,
I mean,
please keep us relevant. We're all over the place
we got
tonight.
a Skull Jammer hack the planet.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a
See,
like a
there you
hacker
go.
class.
It all goes back to Mystery Date and GWAR.
I
And
gotta see this Mystery Date. This
dude,
is new to me.
it's actually a really great movie. And like you watch a trailer for it. Let's see if I can pull up a trailer and not get in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, why would you get in trouble?
No, I mean just YouTube.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think I can get away with this.
Like Halloween Eve, I streamed House, the Japanese horror movie,
House?
on my
Okay.
Twitch channel, and I didn't know there. Like, I guess I forgot there was nudity in it. I don't remember.
Uh-oh.
It. Yeah, I was like, oh well, here I'm done, but nothing. I
Yeah.
mean, nobody was watching. Like
They didn't catch it later?
did not
good.
catch it.
That's the way. That's awesome. Yeah, and how this relates to my other thing, Phantom, is Terry Polo, the other lead in this, was Christine in a Phantom of the Opera movie. I think they filmed it the same year. So
Interesting.
yeah.
What's your Gerard Butler as Phantom thoughts?
Those were my thoughts. He was not quite the best choice for the role, but
very surprised role. Hugh Jackman would have been awesome.
They tried to get him. I think he got
wouldn't
busy
do it.
doing something else.
That would have been awesome.
Probably being Wolverine for like 10 years,
Yeah, I mean, like he had that Broadway.
He can
career.
actually sing, exactly.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like,
it was supposed to be Antonio Banderas first.
Ooh, that wouldn't be that bad. I think.
No,
I'd
and he's
that.
actually sung live. Like he can actually sing too.
Yeah. Do you like The Showman? Is that what it's called? The Greatest Show or whatever?
Oh, I watched it once, sort of halfway.
Yeah.
I didn't really like the music though, so
really,
a lot of it. Yeah.
There's a couple songs I dig. I like the main song in the beginning.
This Is Me. No,
that
I'm very
was alright.
familiar with This Is Me, but
The Greatest Show, I believe it's called.
Okay, maybe it needs a revisit. I mean, it's cool. I like that he's talented, that he can do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But no, you know who the Phantom was in Terry Polo's version? Charles Dance.
What's Charles Dance from?
Well, you probably know him from Game of Thrones.
I'm not. So honestly, like I'm not a Game
Really?
of Thrones fan.
I'm not really into fantasy stuff either. I figured maybe that's more your thing.
Nah, like so. Oh, okay. So he's like the main bad dad guy.
He's the main bad dad. He's bad daddy of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I know he's in Last Action Hero. I do know him. From
Oh
that.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, that was actually on in the hotel room this weekend.
And
I was like, "Who's that?" He's like, "That's Charles Dance." I'm like, "Oh fuck." I gotta that's another one I've never actually seen, although I'm super well aware of it, and I even had the score because Buckethead played on it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he plays the guitar solos, and if you ever hear any of the guitar solos in the background of Last Action Hero, that's Buckethead.
That's him. Huh.
Yeah,
it's a nice little piece of trivia.
Yeah. Anyways, this is the trailer for Mystery Date.
Yeah, let's check this out.
Can you hear it?
I forgot what I was
I
gonna
can.
say.
Yep.
It was something really enchanting.
Tom,
Yeah,
maybe we should just skip this whole first impression thing. What do you say?
great idea. Great idea. I've always kind of thought fourth impressions, they were really the most important.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really a dark comedy.
I'm having a great time.
You are?
Can't wait to see what you'll do next.
Next?
Mr. Liu would like you to be his guests for dinner.
Did you know that he killed my cousin, Ho Wong?
Well, it's our first date. We haven't had a lot of time to open up to each other.
What the heck is your problem? I think he wants to kill us.
What, with MSG?
It's a real time capsule.
Absolutely. It is definitely 91 in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's totally 91, you know.
So like
here's and Seal and Guar on the soundtrack.
And it's like Ace Ventura showed like Cannibal Corpse is in Ace Ventura, right? So like what is up with like these
and I think what was it, Airheads, White Zombie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same time frame, same idea. I wonder why. I wonder how
Bile
that
and
happened.
Strangeland a couple years later.
Oh man, yeah, that's another good one. Oh, Strangeland, I haven't seen that in forever.
Dude, that one needs to come out on Blu-ray. I can't believe there's no Blu-ray uncut Strangeland yet. D. Snyder, what are you doing?
That is weird, especially being D. Snyder.
I mean, it's like retro again now. What did it come out in, like 1998, I want to say?
I would say like 2000 even.
Maybe. Even so, that's 23 years ago. Is he waiting for that even 25?
Oh, no, 98.
Oh, yeah, it's even,
So
yeah,
right.
it's older. So that's, I think that's 25 years. Someone check my math.
It's not my
18,
forte.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 26 years ago.
Yeah, and it's got Robert Englund in it.
Dude, Robert Englund, Linda Fiorentino is in it. Like a lot of big names actually came out of that movie.
That's the one. Let me see. That's the one that has the guy, right? Like the weird Captain Howdy. Captain Howdy. Yeah.
There was supposed to be a sequel too. He wrote it and everything. He was going to be like this crazy burn victim.
Man.
Because at the end of the movie, he's swinging from a rope like on fire. Crazy shit. Yeah.
What a good movie.
Out Strangeland, man.
That was like the advent of the like internet chat too.
Yeah, dude. It was like it's so funny to watch it now, I'm sure, with like where they thought the internet was.
Yeah, it's like definitely ahead of its time too, I think.
Stranger danger, man. Like don't go into the chat room.
Before catfishing was like a thing.
Right. Yeah, before it was called catfishing, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure people were catfishing back then, but
you're gonna hit me label. Yes, sure. Must watch list. Mystery Date. What's your favorite movie of all time?
My favorite movie of all time is the original Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah. Which cut?
So okay,
because I know I have like a Blu-ray that has like 5 different versions of it.
Yeah, you got the American cut, the European cut, and then
that was by Dario Argento, right?
Yeah, so
Dario also made a very terrible Phantom of the Opera movie.
Okay, it's not that bad.
The Phantom of the Opera movie he made?
I have it on DVD. I don't mind it.
Ugh.
I mean, it's Italian.
Yeah, it's a weird Phantom of the Opera movie. Maybe it's a better movie if you just it's a better opera.
Oh, I mean opera. Yeah, I mean Italian Giallo.
That's like a better Phantom of the Opera than his Phantom of the Opera.
I mean, it is Phantom of the Opera, right? But then like
exactly.
The problem was I think Dario Argento's Phantom came out like mid 2000s, or maybe.
I want to also say 1998 for that one.
Wow. I mean, you're dead on the times.
Let's
the dates. Phantom. I mean, it's not really going to narrow it down. If I just type in Phantom of the Opera.
No, you got to write Dario Argento's Phantom of the Opera.
So speaking of Phantom, while I look it up.
Sure. What's your connection?
I
1998.
Okay, so yeah, you were right. So I did have a Phantom because I noticed you did a Phantom. So in this is actually a good story, kind of. It's
Yeah,
probably
tell
not
me
for
a good
anybody else,
story.
but so I got to some school. I
We
don't
got
even
a full
remember for
house.
what in
Hey
high
guys, if you
school,
want to join in on the
and then
chat, please go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Start over again.
no, you're good. You're good. Yeah, demons. Okay, so I was suspended from school in high school, and then they were doing this
Demons, yeah.
program where you went to a this building where like in the morning you had to do your schoolwork, and in the afternoon they forced you to do manual labor.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it was the stupidest program. I think I don't know. It was dumb. But the lady who was in charge of it, like, we had to like clean and like do all this stuff while listening to the Phantom of the Opera, like
Oh,
Broadway musical. The
okay.
Broadway score
I don't know how
and everything.
motivational that music is.
I mean, it's not motivational. She probably liked it. She didn't care, but I liked it a lot. But like, so no, it was
Some
in New
great
York.
music in there for
Oh,
sure.
fantastic music. I mean, Andrew Lloyd Webber at
I
his
believe there's 11 more shows left on Broadway.
yeah, I've never. I mean, I don't think I've never seen a Broadway show.
Well, it's closing next week or in 2 weeks.
Well,
In less
I
than
think
2 weeks.
I think it's too late for me.
Yeah, probably too
But
late. It'll tour, but just not the Broadway run.
yeah, so that was like my foray into Andrew Lloyd Webber, and then like you ever see the movie? I just was gonna ask you about it. Now I can't think of the name of it. Holy crap, Repo Man.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You mean Repo Man or Repo the Genetic Opera?
Oh, Repo the Genetic Opera.
Because those are two different things.
I know they are.
Repo Man's like a punk rock movie with Emilio Estevez.
Still amazing movie.
Repo, yeah.
Best use of a trunk in a movie in Repo Man.
I gotta revisit that one too. It's
really good. But yeah, Repo the Genetic Opera was what I was.
Yeah, because Sarah Brightman's in that.
Yep, Sarah Brightman connection.
Along with Bill Moseley, who's in my documentary.
Bill Moseley's in. You talked to Bill Moseley?
Yeah, because he's a Pot of Garage fan. Ogre from Skinny Puppy.
Yeah,
if you're into that goth scene I was talking about before, like you got your Ogre in there, you got your guy from Texas Chainsaw in there.
Yeah, Bill Moseley.
You got Sarah Brightman from Phantom of the Opera, and then just for good measure, here's Paris Hilton.
Oh so then you
Tom
got
Savino.
Yeah, and you got
what an amazing cast.
The librarian from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Stuart.
Yeah, I don't know his name off the top of my head, but I'm surprised. So Repo is one of those movies that kind of just fell to the wayside.
Yeah, well, it's a cult classic now. Anthony Head.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a cult classic now, I think, and it should be. I don't know. It's a weird one. It's definitely a weird one. I'd love to see it get more love.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like it should. Paris Hilton is not bad in it too. I think that was like
her face falls off. It's great.
Yeah.
You want to watch Paris Hilton's face fall off? Watch.
But like
even
her song isn't bad. Like her singing
because they put they play to her strengths, I guess.
That's okay.
Yeah,
nothing
exactly.
wI'm with that.
Exactly.
I'm trying to get people to watch it.
No, I know. Well, I mean, it's an interesting watch. Don't totally watch it, but like,
No, it's awesome.
it's by Darren Lynn Bousman, who I just watched Spiral the other day.
Oh, yeah.
So that was pretty cool. His like newest Saw movie, I guess, right?
Yeah.
With Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Skinny Puppy. Yeah, they're going on their final tour. So if someone wants to buy me tickets, then I'll go. Well, I'm on the fence on it. I've seen them a few times.
Damn, yeah. Bill Moseley, that was like, it was like House of a Thousand Corpses was just picking up. Like
and dude, that guy, talk about a guy who almost every photo of him, he's in a GWAR shirt. Bill Moseley.
Dude,
I
gotta get him on a show. Chop Top.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw 2.
Yep.
TCM is my second favorite movie.
I need to get that on Blu-ray. Again, I probably haven't watched that since like high school, which is a shame. I don't think I understood it then the way I understand it now.
Phenomenal
'Cause
movie.
everyone expects like Texas
Over the top
Chainsaw.
gore.
Well, there's not even gore in Texas
There's
Chainsaw. That's a
not.
big
There's zero gore.
misconception too.
That's the
Yeah,
best part.
all in your mind, man.
Mhm.
That's why
Yeah,
it's so disturbing.
Yep. And then
And the other
and
one's
then
just a pure comedy, so that's like a whole total shift change.
yeah, that's the problem.
Shift
Like
change.
the tonality of the sequels does not match the ferocity of the first one.
I've never seen the other sequels. I've seen some of the reboot movies, but not like I've never seen 3 or 4. The Next
So
Generation with Matthew McConaughey, right?
yeah, not the best. So
Yeah, I haven't heard great things, but I should probably watch them anyways.
1 and 2 are awesome. 2 is really
Because
awesome.
they're
I
both
mean,
Toby Hooper, so
yeah,
there's a consistency in the vision, even if the vibe changes.
yeah. But I mean, the vibe is still like the problem is like at first I hated it because I was going in expecting
Yeah.
more of the first,
I
and it
think
is
that's
not.
most people.
Yeah, so I hated it, but then like came back as an older, more wise man, and I do like it a lot. It is I'd rather watch TCM2 more than
It's
one right now.
probably more I mean, like, Texas Chainsaw is a great movie. It's not something I wanna watch every week, you know, it's not
Very
a fun
depressing.
it's not a comfort movie. I could see TCM2 being, like, more of a fun, like, party movie, you know?
No, absolutely. Yeah, you could throw TCM2 in a party, and everybody, I guess, if you were into that sort of thing, would
You
be.
know, actually, let me see if I got it over here. Where is it? I have something that I haven't watched yet that, I've been meaning to because it was a Kickstarter that I did that I just never think it would actually come out, but it finally did, and it arrived, and it's the Sawyer Massacre, which is a fan film.
Oh, awesome.
And I have not watched it yet. I think they got some of the original cast guys back to do some stuff, so
I'll have to
maybe
check
I'll
it
watch
out.
that tonight.
Hell yeah.
I wanted to know how long it was. It doesn't say, so.
Huh.
Anyways, yeah, cool. Support your local horror fan films, I guess.
Yeah. Well, there's like you ever see WNUF Halloween special?
No. Oh, yes, I think so. I think I did see that. Was that on Shudder?
I don't know if it was ever on Shudder or not. I know it's on the Internet Archives. You can watch it for free. I have it on Blu-ray. So like I have a Blu-ray player that I like because
Tell me the premise of that exactly again,
so
because
it
I
is
think I've seen it.
essentially it is like someone taped a like a Halloween special off of
I
the
think I saw it
TV.
on Shudder, yeah.
It was probably on Shudder most likely, but the yeah, so it's like it starts out with like a newscast, then it goes to like a live like psychic reading from a haunted house, and like shit
Right.
hits the fan, and then it obviously doesn't go the way it's planned, but there's like fake commercials added in for like
That's
that
what I
whole.
remember about it most,
Oh
I
my
think.
god. So like it's hard because I have like a lot of times when I work, I put a movie on the other screen. Like since computers don't have like drives anymore, I had to buy a Blu-ray player to hook up to my computer. But it's like WNUF is like the only disc I've had in there for like ever. I'll just rewatch it over and
Yeah.
over. I just talked to the director, and he's gonna show up on Ravioli in June.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that one.
Has he done anything else that?
I think he probably has. I know there is a WNUF sequel that I have to get. It's like on VHS only, I think. But I have a
because
VCR.
it's cool or because it came out when VHSs came out?
No, because it's cool.
Okay.
Because WNUF Halloween special came out in 2013, and
okay.
the Out There Halloween mega tape came out in 2022.
Gotcha.
So last year, the let's see, yeah, Chris Lamartina. I'm bad with names.
Yeah, it's all good. Me too.
So he did. Let's see, director. Did a lot. He's got 15 directing credits.
Knuckle Duster, Snowbird, Saw-Bladed Rifle for some Cronenberg Lynch stuff. You guys might dig. That's your movie? What is that? YouTube search. Tetsuo is a crazy movie.
Yeah, Tetsuo.
I never saw
Iron Man.
Yeah, I never saw the sequels, but
I have it on.
crazy,
I have it on
movie.
DVD. I have the sequel on DVD.
There's a bunch of them.
I only have 2. Body Hammer. Tetsuo 2.
Is the second one as cool as the first one?
So explain
I
as cool. I don't know.
I
So
It's a
Tetsuo
very
to me
unique experience.
is the Japanese Eraserhead. Is how I kind of like see it in my mind's eye.
It's like, yeah, but like at the speed of light.
Oh yeah, it's like
Every
yeah,
frame is like intense in that movie.
industrial metal. The movie.
Yeah, and there's a the reason I love that movie is actually because of one of my favorite albums of all time, Paraxis Sacrifice, which is also a Buckethead project
Mhm.
with who else is in it? The drummer from Napalm Death and
Hell
some other
yeah.
bands like that, and John Zorn and Bill Laswell and Bootsy Collins.
Awesome.
Like, if you like crazy movies, you know the movie Freaked?
Freaked like the oh, I love Freaked.
Yeah, like
Yes. Yeah, the
Keanu
Bill and
Reeves
Ted.
and yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The band that did the theme
the
song,
music.
Blind
Yeah,
Idiot God, are also all on this album, Sacrificed.
I gotta get this.
Yeah, it's incredible. And I from the Boredoms screams all over it. John Zorn. It's like a collective piece. And but anyways, heavily sampled throughout the album is Tetsuo, the Iron Man. So I actually knew sound from it before I ever saw the visuals.
Oh, that's the best.
So check out Paraxis Sacrifice. It's fucking heavy as it's very uncomfortable music for the most part. That's
It
my
is on.
recommendation.
So like yeah, Freaked. I was actually gonna bring up Freaked because it's talk about slices of 90s, right? So like
Yeah,
and it's
that's
I actually streamed Freaks on there too. Because I have a
oh
bootleg
cool. Yeah,
Blu-ray
because
of
it's
it.
not like officially been released for a long time.
No, it's VHS
Yeah,
only.
that's crazy. I mean, they're sitting on a gold mine there.
That movie
I
is
wonder
and
who
then like
owns it. I mean, Keanu Reeves alone is like so huge right now.
well he's uncredited in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, Alex
Dog
Winters,
Man, Dog
the
Boy,
dog boy, dog man. Mr. T is the bearded lady. Like Bobcat
Mr. T is
Goldthwait.
in it.
Yeah, Bobcat Goldthwait's the sock puppet.
What a crazy movie.
A phenomenal movie. It's
And
like
of course, this all relates to GWAR because what's his name? Who directed it? The other guy from Bill and Ted.
Alex Winters.
Alex Winter, yeah, and he the star and director. You know, he had GWAR on his MTV show, The Idiot Box, and he's a talking head in their documentary and everything. So it all relates back to GWAR.
Yeah, it's all GWAR, baby.
And you know what? In fact, I always thought, I don't know if they ripped each other off, but like there's a lot of things in Freaked that are very similar to Skullhead Face.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that corporate boardroom scene and
Yep,
like
100%.
all of that. It's like
It's
I don't know if it was just in the collective consciousness at the time,
I want to
but
say
like
it
they
would
both
be,
harnessed that at the same time for sure.
and that corporate and Skullhead Face and Freaked is how I came up with like Sewer Rats Mega Corporation.
So that's your
That's my part.
Blomco.
Yeah, totally.
Nice.
Yeah, see, it all connects together.
See, we're getting back to GWAR.
But you ever hear the Mahoning Drive-In?
Yeah, I've never been there though.
Me neither. They're playing Freaked in a couple weeks.
I was supposed to go there to interview Fred Olin Ray and Linnea Quigley once, but
oh my
it kind of
God.
fell through. Yeah,
Awesome.
They were playing from a film print, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, which is one of Dookie Fleischwater's movies. So
I love Hollywood Chainsaw
another
Hookers.
classic. Yeah, he's the bartender, and then the guy at the end who's like pouring all the motor oil at the end and stuff.
Gunnar Hansen
again. Yeah, Texas Chainsaw. There you go.
So okay, so hooker horror movies. Which one's better, Chainsaw Hookers or Frankenhooker?
Chainsaw Hookers.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a bold statement. You take the Pepsi challenge on that?
Yeah, I mean, I like Frankenhooker, but I actually like Basket Case more than Frankenhooker.
Really?
If you're gonna go with Henenlotter movies, yeah.
You know,
I don't know. I like Frankenhooker, but not as much as everyone else does.
I can see that. The production value, like the main actor guy who like makes the Frankenhooker, he could really like his acting in it is awesome.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I like it.
I'm more. Yeah, I don't know. I do like basketball.
But Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, like I grew up with that. It's got a personal like thing for me.
Hey, I'm all about the personal when it comes to like movie selections. If you ever watch like Ravioli, I'll go on a tangent about like literally like seeing a box art like in the movie theater, in the VHS tape, or like the video rental store, and like ingrained in my memory. But then like you watch it or whatever, and it sucks. But
Yeah, you see that scene in my trailer where Dookie's got the chainsaw up against oh my god. I'm having this weekend like fried my brain, man. Greg Kinnear.
Yeah.
He's out there doing hosting and Dookie runs up with him on a chainsaw. That's outside the Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers premiere in Hollywood in 1988.
Unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
I love it. This is like everything. I could, if you ever need anybody to go with you, interview these people, I'll go with you.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I'm doing most of them virtually now because it's
that
cheaper.
sucks.
I did my 2 weeks in LA. I got 40 interviews in like 12 days or something crazy like that. So
that's awesome. That is super sweet. Why don't you
Lance, can we play it now? Can we play it? Will we get in trouble?
I mean, it's his thing, right?
Right, but if YouTube algorithm could still.
Yeah.
Let's see. Knuckle Duster saw bladed. That should pop up, right?
Well, Knuckle Duster's the band, though, right?
I believe so.
I'm
all right. If we don't get
demonetized,
what is no? No, we can't play it, or no? Yes, we can play it. Because I got it queued up, and we'll watch your video if you want.
Let's say
57 seconds. Yeah.
I mean, so what would happen if you play it? You just get demonetized?
No, it would actually kick the stream offline.
Really?
Until I stop playing, and then it comes back. So if that happens, just stick with us. We will be back. It'll take like a few minutes.
Yeah,
maybe.
Nothing inappropriate. Wait, I don't even. Okay, yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Well, not even that. So I mean, it's on YouTube. Obviously,
Yeah.
It's already on YouTube. It's fine. But I'm more concerned about YouTube tracking the music and kicking me off because it's copyright.
He's saying, "Go for it."
All right, let's go for it. Let's see what it's all about. Let me share this screen here.
Is this all? Oh, I'll talk to you about it later.
Your band. That's creepy.
Yeah.
Grindcore, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I didn't get a flyer in time, but hey, if you like grindcore type weirdo bands, I got Squid Pissers coming up on my GWARPod. Have you heard of Squid Pisser?
So I'm a big grindcore fan, and I have not heard of Squid Pisser.
They're just came out, and you got to check these guys out. Let me see if I can pull it up. Do you know? Oh, so you are into grindcore? I only brushed the surface of it, but my favorite grindcore band is the Sawtooth Grin. Do you know
Sawtooth Grin? Yeah, they do Cuddle Monster, I believe.
Yeah, they're from my town here. Like I used to see them when I was in high school.
Yeah, and the album art is E.T. from the Atari game.
Is it?
It is.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
The Cuddle Monster.
Wow. No, like yeah, when they were an active band, like I worked at Barnes and Nobles with their bass player, Chris Russell Walker. Like that's I'm awesome. Trying to their new. Have you heard their new album?
I have not. I didn't know they had a new album.
They just out of nowhere with no Promotion just like dropped an album a couple months ago, and it's fucking incredible.
I
And they're
gotta
playing
hear
a
it.
couple shows. I'm gonna go see them in May.
I'm a
I'm
big
trying to get them on here.
I'm a big Pig Destroyer is like one of my
Okay, I
all-time
think I
favorite
saw
bands.
them once. Oh man, what am I doing? I'm looking up Squid Pisser. These guys look crazy too.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. They're kind of like a Slipknot looking rejects.
Well, they're
in
more
a good way.
they're more in league with like, and they work with members of the Locust and stuff like
Yeah, I
that.
was about to say they have a very Locust look. Speaking of Jerry Springer.
Yeah. Were they on Jerry Springer?
Yep. So the lead singer was on Jerry Springer where they staged a fake
Yeah, I remember
relationship.
that. I do remember that. So check this out. Their debut release, My Tadpole Legion, is a mutated smorgasbord of songs and guest vocalists from projects like Melt Banana, Necrogoblicon. If you've seen GWAR recently, you've probably seen Necrogoblicon. Cancer Christ, Punch, The Locust, Wacko, etc., etc.
Yeah,
And it was mixed by Kurt Bello of Converge. Oh my god, I
Awesome.
love his production so much. Jane Doe is one of the best sounding metal records ever. And also his production with my old friends who I can't get in contact anymore, Genghis Tron.
Oh my god, I'm a huge Genghis Tron
Dude,
fan as well.
me and Genghis Tron were fans of each other when they had one song out on mp3.com. We found each other.
Amazing.
And then like they came and played my college and stuff. So
I'm a big Relapse Records fanatic.
Yeah, but then when they went and started working with Kurt from Converge, like, oh my god, how cool is that?
Yeah, Jane Doe is considered one of the greatest albums of all time, and I will die on that hill. I will pull out.
It's a good one. You know, I don't love Converge beyond that album, but I love that album.
So
I like them, but I don't love them beyond that album.
Are you a fan of Agoraphobic Nosebleed?
I have one of their CDs, and I'm not gonna say I'm a big fan of it, but I have it.
They are my favorite band of all time.
I mean, their songs are like
outside of GWAR,
too
of course.
short to get into.
Outside of the GWAR, they are my favorite band of all time.
Why are they your favorite?
I don't know. I liked everything about it. I like the aesthetic.
They're kind of like industrial too, right? Like
yeah, they're kind of like
machine?
cyber grind is how I would call them. But I don't know. I like the grind. I like the short song format. I like having 100 songs on one album. I think that's pretty awesome.
I mean, I was gonna say about Squid Pisser also. I believe, I don't know, maybe they share members with. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it, but I know they have some connection to the Manx, which is members of that band started the GWARcast back in the day. Before there was a GWARPod, there was GWARcast. Wait, do I have? Let me reach into my thing here. You know, the GWARcast.
Awesome.
Remember
that's
that?
Sweet. Yeah. The John Goblin from Necrogoblicon.
That's another hard one to say. Yeah.
I reached out to him. It was like we showed him the game. He's like, because they roll dice. He runs the Dungeons and Dragons game. I was like, come play Neon Lords. Like this is cooler. And it just never. It always falls through.
Oh no!
Every time
you're dropping everything. I know. Thank God this didn't crack. But I got.
Oh my God! Goblin sauce.
Goblicon goblin sauce. Yeah.
Was it good?
I don't remember.
Fair enough.
It was green. I think I liked it better than Techno's. No offense.
What's up?
I think I liked it better than Techno's. No offense.
It's like a hot sauce. I don't go out of my way to buy hot sauces.
This is Techno Destructo's garlic death grip.
Oh, interesting.
And it's more garlic than hot. So
yeah, see, I'm not like a huge over garlic, like a garlic.
Yeah,
it's
a little bit much.
I can handle garlic pizza, but like if you get like over garlicky, it's like garlic doesn't work, suckers.
Yeah, they were fun. I bought their record first time when I saw them.
Yeah, they're fine. I
thought their sound sucked that day, but
it could have been anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Point. Yeah, Discharge. I'm a big.
See, I'm like I've only brushed the surface of grindcore, but I discovered this band Squid Pisser, and I think they're crazy. and they have all these connections to all the other bands. And I booked them for GWARPod. I don't have a flyer yet, but they're gonna come. They were.
Awesome.
I used my whole like, well, I do a show about GWAR, and I am a member of Green Jelly, and they were like, I'm sold. Like, these are my people.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Melt Banana is awesome
Because
too.
they wear masks and stuff, you know.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, and then the Locust connection.
Yeah, and the Locust as well. They wore masks. I saw, actually, it wasn't the same night, but it was the same. I don't think it was the same night, but it was the same weekend. When I was a senior in high school, I went to a festival at the college that I would later go to, SUNY Purchase. And it's a 2-day festival called Culture Shock. And on the first night, I saw the Locust, and they played with, I want to say, Biz Markie.
Hell yeah.
And a bunch of other bands. But the next night, or the day before, I forget, GWAR was supposed to play. So I went there to see GWAR, and they got rained out, and all the other bands moved inside, but GWAR's show was like too big to move inside last minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I was just walking around and standing outside of the student center where they ended up, all the other bands ended up playing, and two guys walk up to me and they're like, "Hey, I think I recognize you. Were you at the GWAR show in Poughkeepsie?" That was my first GWAR show ever, and I was like, no, may not have been Poughkeepsie, but it was a GWAR show around that time. He was like, "I remember you from the railing." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I was there. Who are you?" And he was like, "I'm Zach Blair." He was the new guitarist for GWAR, and he was walking around with Bob Gorman. And I had no idea who they were outside of costume.
Right, yeah.
So they actually recognized me.
That's
when I was
crazy.
like 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Wow. So that's my
That's awesome.
Anyways, I saw the Locust that weekend, the first of several times I've seen the Locust.
Yeah, Locust is one of those weird ones where I don't know. I never got to see him, unfortunately.
Belushi Speedball. I haven't heard of that one.
So Belushi Speedball is actually I'm kind of friends with him, air quotes, like through the internet, and they dig the game, and a lot of the last Kickstarter, I used a lot of their music for like the promos and stuff.
Nice, cool.
With permission, of course.
Right.
But yeah, they Belushi Speedball is awesome. They're more of a thrash band, if you will, along the lines of Municipal Waste style.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's in the. So, I mean, I've seen Municipal Waste with GWAR at least once.
Yeah.
Maybe twice. Yeah. And so this relates to what we were talking about before. Municipal Waste, I believe it's Municipal Waste, has a music video that stars
Trauma one.
I don't know if it's the Trauma one, but
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know if I know about that one.
Yeah, they do a Trauma video.
This one has Johnny Psycho as his character from Games of Survival in the video.
I have to look.
Yeah,
for this.
And it's on the Games of Survival Blu-ray disc that came out last year.
Who put out the Games of Survival Blu-ray? Was it Vincent?
I want to say Culture Shock releasing, but let me look it up so I don't mess it up, because I do want to promote them. I like them.
Yeah, I mean, I'll buy
Games
it.
of Survival
My style.
Blu-ray.
I mean, like all these movies is like in the game. So if you ever want to play a role-playing game, this is the role-playing game to play for sure.
So how are they in the game itself?
Well, just the aesthetic, like
right,
the 80s, 90s, like wraparound sunglasses. Like you could pick your sunglasses, you choose the hairstyle you want, and it has like in-game effects.
Here it is.
Like there's
it's Culture Shock, but you can get it on the Vinegar Syndrome.
Oh, Vincent's got it. Perfect. See? I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna. So it is Game of Survival on there.
Oh, see, I was not wrong.
No, IMDb had it listed different.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's Johnny Psycho right there.
Awesome.
Oops. Can I zoom in on him?
I believe probably not. Maybe. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you'd be able to. I think like
there he is. That guy with the mohawk.
Yeah, there you go.
Right there.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's super rad. He had a lot to do with Haunted Garage back in the early days of their band. So, game of survival.
Yeah, see, like that, like that
I'm not
aesthetic.
saying it's a good movie, but it's an interesting one.
I'll probably like it a lot. It's like my style.
You'll probably like it a lot.
But yeah,
If
so
you're
like
still with us, if you're the
so there's,
7
like-
people still watching this, like you're gonna love it.
Yeah, see, like you pick your hairstyle, and it has in-game
cool.
effects.
You got a
Yeah.
mohawk in there, I'm sure, right?
Oh yeah, mohawk, of course. Gotta have the mohawk. Everything, every like 80s hairstyle you could think of.
So wait, I wanted to go back to the GWAR card game. Are you going to get a copy of that, or are they all sold out?
You know, I don't know if I'm gonna get it, honestly. I gotta. Oh, go ahead.
I'm not, haven't put too much serious thought into this yet, but I would love to do an episode of this where I just have a bunch of people virtually playing the game with each other, because I've never found anybody to play it with. So might as well. And I asked Matt McGuire when he was on the show, like, can that work? Because I've never read the rules, and he said yes.
So you would need me to buy it to play it.
I guess so.
Then I will buy it. I will buy it to play it. Yeah.
Okay, because like if I get like, I don't know, 4 or 5 people in a round table here, like I think that could be a fun episode.
So I probably shouldn't talk about this.
Uh-oh. But
I'm gonna, because this is the GWARPod, and I have been talking to GWAR about doing a role-playing game. GWARPG. Nice. So it's like, I don't know, there's kind of like
it's right there.
I know, that's why I said. So like it's kind of like in the air. It's not official. Like there's a lot of like back and forth about like the business side of it. Like creators to creators is hard. The business people are in the middle. I don't know. It's like it's kind of in a weird spot right now, but I did approach them and they are interested. So hopefully something comes out.
You never know what happens with them. I mean, I don't know how much I'm supposed to talk about this either, but I guess I'm just gonna say it because I don't think I'm not supposed to say it, but I actually am now officially licensed by GWAR to do this show. Perfect. I did sign a contract with them to use the name GWAR, so I'm officially licensed, although nothing on here is official to GWAR.
Right.
Unless a member comes on and says it. I am not affiliated directly with them, but I am now actually licensed as the GWARPod.
Awesome.
So,
that is amazing.
So you never know. You never know.
Yeah, I'll have to get back. I'll have to get back with it. It was like through their manager or somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was supposed to probably call them today and whatever. We'll get it together. There's time. There's plenty of time. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, so that's like the big thing, especially because then I want to make the GWARPG compatible with Neon Lords, so you could take your Neon Lords characters, play in the GWAR role-playing game, or take Odorous, or if you want
it'll be like the same rule book basically.
Yep, same
so
rules.
Just kind of interchange the characters and.
Yep, exactly.
Nice.
So that's the dream, but we'll see what happens. It's just in like
a lot of people
limbo.
make role-playing games cards for them anyways, like unofficially. So.
Right, exactly. And then like, what other game represents GWAR better than the Neon Lords?
That is a good question. I don't have an answer. I think it's just you, man.
I'm pretty sure it's just me. And then I did talk to Trauma too to try to get a Trauma verse one, but they wanted way too much money.
Right.
So
that's funny, kind of.
Yeah.
Wish they wouldn't have passed on Travis Mullen's squishy heads. What were those? I'm not sure if I.
So I think that's the guy that's in like the GWAR Fans Unite Facebook group that was making those. I don't know.
Did he make that Sexecutioner one or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I did see that. Oh yeah, I did. I remember seeing those.
I want to say it's him, but I thought he was getting.
Thank you.
He was getting the license. I thought he was like, because I was gonna talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
About it is him. So I was gonna talk to him about how this was before I got a hold of the GWAR, but like that's still I gotta get that working. I need some good juju from Kevin to help me.
Hopefully this will launch help if nothing else. I hope it won't hurt you at least.
No, I don't see why it would hurt me. They've been nothing but nice. It was just some confusing legalese that I'm
Right,
not the
yeah.
legal guy. I'm
Ask
a huge
ChatGPT.
yeah. I'm just a massive GWAR fan that would like to make a role playing game that is set in like the ridiculousness that I do, and I think I would do it justice.
And I think speaking as the GWAR fans here, like we would buy anything GWAR puts out anyway.
Well, see,
So
that's the thing.
I'll
So
buy it even if I don't play it. Like all these other
yeah,
fucking games I
exactly.
have.
That's the Venn diagram of it all, right? So like you got RPG people who play, or RPG people who like GWAR, and GWAR fan. I guess this isn't really a Venn diagram realistically, but they will collide in the books.
There's definitely a crossover.
Well, there's the people who play. Okay, so here I talked to everybody about this because this is like
Tell
my
us,
passion.
yes.
So you got people who play role playing games that are mildly interested in GWAR that'll buy it. You got people like me who are crazy interested in both GWAR and role playing games that'll buy it. You got the fans of Neon Lords who are going to buy it, even though they're probably GWAR fans to begin with. And then you got the GWAR fans who don't play role playing games but are role play game curious that would like to try it. And then you got the guys who have no interest in role playing, but they want it for the art because it's going to be jam packed full of art. Like there's tons and tons. I mean, you saw like just the amount of art that we use in this. You know, it's like I know I show like pages of no art, but like
boring.
Yeah, like just the stylistic of it. Like there's going to be tons and tons and tons of art.
Hell
in
yeah!
The GWAR book.
You're already sold one to me.
Sick.
I'm into it.
Now I just got to get GWAR to give me the thumbs up, and then
you're gonna do one like a page for every GWAR character. That's a lot of GWAR characters.
That's all right. I can handle
You can
it.
talk to John Poppy about a list for that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of John Poppy, I gotta shout him out. He made me a toy.
That's awesome.
I'm a fucking toy now. I'm a Craction figure. Kevin the Dinosaur. Green Jello member 237. I'm so psyched. Thank you, John. He gave me a Yuck Green Jelly logo shoulder pad, and there's a little half mask phantom on my dinosaur head.
Awesome.
And look, it fucking sort of glows in the dark, I guess, too.
Beautiful.
So thank you, John. It's like a high honor to have that. So
yeah, that's super awesome.
I needed to shout him out.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if he's in the chat here today, but hell yeah. Yeah, so cool.
Yeah, it's super awesome.
And I gotta tell you, I think everybody here probably knows, but coming up on the GWARPod, what is it, next week already? Something like that?
Next week,
I think.
You do it every week? You don't
no,
do it every week.
No, I generally do it every other week, but sometimes dates just align differently.
Yeah, that makes sense, especially for
this you gotta take what you can get with certain people. And I took this one. It's still a Wednesday.
April 12th.
Fucking
there it is.
Dr. Michael Bishop is gonna be. It's obviously gonna be the largest episode in terms of weight on the scale. Haha! He's fucking the original beefcake, man.
Yeah.
You know already. If you're here, you know who Michael Bishop is. If you don't, what the hell, man? Go listen to some Keepone. Here's a question for you. We'll talk about GWAR for a little bit. How about that?
That'll be fun.
We'll bring it back to GWAR for the end. What do you think of the new record?
So
Speaking of Michael Bishop.
I know, right? So you put me on the spot.
He's all on the bass and the vocals on that one.
Yeah. I don't know. I gotta give it a listen. So I'm a huge metal guy, right? Like when like GWAR did that weird like creeped into like crazy awesome metal stuff. Like
that's where I lost a little bit.
Yeah,
of
see,
interest,
this
to be
is
honest.
this is
because I came into it as GWAR is a punk rock band that parodies being a metal band, and then at some point they became a metal band, and it kind of lost that parody, and now it's kind of back.
Right. So like I do like the older stuff because it's classics, but like when they go like full metal, like Madness at the Core of Time is like my favorite Gwar song of all time, which I got it, writing an adventure
I
for
like
it.
Bloodbath a little. The next one.
Bloodbath's great.
It's my
It's
favorite
good.
on that record.
So with
probably.
that being said, it's a little soft for me, and it's a little like 70s rocky. I'm not like
Not all of it. Maybe one or two. There's like
I'll
one
have
or
to
two
give it a
songs.
I'll
Yeah,
have to
it's
give it
got
another
that
spin.
range. It's
Okay.
I would compare it most to like America Must Be Destroyed or This Toilet Earth in terms of the creative aspect of it, and also the range of styles. Like, that new song Ratcatchers, that's kind of like their 70s sort of radio hit from this album. It's
Yeah.
sort of like Rock and Roll Never Felt So Good, on
Yeah.
America Must Be Destroyed. But there's a lot of other shit in there too. Yeah, definitely give it another listen. But do you have a favorite Gwar album?
Favorite Gwar album
Or era, like,
I like
tour era?
Yeah, I do like the I don't know. I do like America Must Be Destroyed era, Carnival of Chaos, because it was the first album that I actually owned, and that album art, like the original cover, like that cover, is epic with all of them like
Do I
standing.
have that on vinyl? Let me see. Yes.
Yeah.
Let me pull it out.
Yeah, like look at that. Like how awesome is that? It's epic, right?
It's a pretty epic picture. I'm
Yeah.
glad they finally put like the extra characters on the cover, because you usually just see the band. You don't get to see Slymanstra or Techno in there.
Yeah, and it just makes them look larger than life. But
Which they are, man. They are. They're very tall in those shoes.
So let me go with let's see. I mean, like Lust in Space is good. I would Violence Has Arrived is awesome. That's another great like cover.
Yeah, I like Violence Has Arrived. That's like when they entered the metal phase, but before Corey Smoot was in the band.
Yeah,
So it was a little bit of a different vibe. But I think he was also riding off of the coattails of Violence Has Arrived. Like Zach Blair and Casey Orr really kind of pushed it there, and then Smoot like really just took over with it.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's weird because there's like a lot of choice tracks from like all over the
So you love those 2000s albums.
Yeah, but I do like Slaughterama, right? Like Salamanizer, Maggots.
Salamanizer.
Like, yeah. I'm bad with words.
It's like those comic book titles. They're
Sexecutioner, like Scumdogs of the Universe is still a fantastic album. There's some fantastic songs on there too. So it's like,
I mean, that's the classic Gwar record.
Yeah, absolutely. And then like I don't remember what album it's off of. Well, Saddam A Go-Go is like phenomenal. What a great
This Toilet Earth. That's my favorite album.
And Road Behind is like an awesome song. Not on This Toilet Earth, but like
that's on America.
Yeah, fantastic song.
See, that's a lighter song though.
It is, but it's that
and it's Mike Bishop singing the chorus.
I know, and it's awesome. It's like that you had to be in the 90s to fully appreciate
because
song.
It's a parody of the hair band.
It's like
Every Rose Has Its Thorn.
Yeah, but there was a Monster Ballads.
Yeah,
It's making fun of Monster Ballads, even with the black and white video, like down to like it's pure amazingness. So like it's a slower song. So I will give what's the new one called? New Dark Ages.
Yeah.
I'll give it another spin because I did like Blood of the Gods.
It grows on you each listen, I think. I mean, for me, I actually kind of hate every new Gwar thing at first because it's such a shock to the system to hear something new that I just can't process it. But then after a while, after a couple listens, like it sinks in. This one really synced in. I always say, people are probably tired of me saying this, but even though This Toilet Earth is my favorite and probably always will be, I think the new album is probably the best Gwar album. Period.
It's a bold statement.
Yes, like in terms of range of songs and production and like style, it all lines up. And storyline, I mean, they connected it to a tour and a comic book. It's all uniform.
Yeah.
So
They
I
could
think that's
connect
really
it.
cool.
They could connect it right to a role-playing game adventure as well.
Exactly.
And
Totally.
they're dice rollers too, so it's like a no. And there's literally no loss for them because I'm literally going to do everything. I
Right.
will get it printed. I will do everything. They just have to say
Sit back and
use
collect the money.
yeah, use the name, give us money, and I'll say absolutely.
Turbo
I will get it
Negro,
done.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
kind of like that. Ragnarok is great too, yeah.
So, I mean,
Obviously, it took 4 listens. What, for the new album? Yeah, I think for me too. Like, I just kind of had it on repeat for a couple days, and then every night, there was like a song that wouldn't get out of my head. Like every night, it was a different one though. So there's a lot of
good though.
really catchy grooves in there.
I will give it another listen. I got some books I gotta write, so I'll pop it on and give it a go for you,
Hell
Kevin.
yeah. Yes, you can download it on Napster.
Well, I mean, I have
I'm just
Google.
kidding.
I have YouTube
Buy
Premium.
it and listen to it legally, so then they can make more
So
great records.
yeah, I like that's the weird thing about life now is like I still kept all my CDs and all my vinyls and stuff and tapes. I still have some tapes like Misfits tapes and stuff. You a
Nice.
Misfits fan?
Oh yeah, big time. I was in a Misfits tribute band.
Where's your Misfits podcast?
Yeah, my friend Jeff Brumis does all of that for me.
So I have a
You know the Brumis channel?
no.
Oh, then you're missing out. Yeah, my friend does the
Oh, you know what?
Misfits.
I might actually know. Is that the guy? He like did a whole thing about the Danzig, like Glenn Danzig screen printing shirts.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think it's the guy I do watch.
Yeah, he's the Misfits guy on YouTube. He's already beat me to it. I just join his show every once in a while. So.
Oh,
I know him personally. I've known him for like over 10 years. So
awesome. Yeah,
when
I'm
he
sure that's
started
the
this,
guy.
it was like, you're the Misfits guy. I'll just peek my head in.
I got
I'll
like
take GWAR. That's more my like. I love the Misfits, but I'm not gonna go as deep with the Misfits as I do with GWAR.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. What's your favorite Misfits album?
Well, I don't know if you would consider it an album, but it's Collection 1.
Well, I mean,
because they didn't really have many albums.
It's weird. Yeah, the history is weird.
Yeah, it's a very sordid history, and that's why I love watching my friend because he like goes deep on it. He just did like an 8-part interview with Eerie Vaughn.
He's definitely the guy I watch then.
Yeah, Frenchie Cuomo is gonna come on soon. He's got all the old school guys.
Yeah,
but yeah, definitely Collection 1 is probably the best. Yeah, I don't know if you'd consider that an album, but
that's a cheap cop out, but I'll take it.
I guess. I mean, they only really had 2 albums. I mean, discounting the 95 and on albums.
Well, I mean, you got
they only had Walk Among Us and Earth AD. Those were the only
Static
2 albums.
Age.
Oh, I guess Static Age. Yeah, that did come out later.
Yeah, it came out. It's weird how it came out.
It was recorded first, but it came out last. Yeah,
it was.
Definitely not I mean, I like Static Age. It's definitely not my favorite. It's I guess Walk Among Us would be because
I guess that's kind
the
of
only other album.
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to say that,
But are you a Michael Graves fan though? Michael Graves era Misfits.
I mean, yes, I love American Psycho, and I think a third of Famous Monsters is incredible. I think a third of it's really good, and a third of it's really shitty.
Yeah, so like that album
But we
starts
don't.
off.
Yeah, like it's harder to talk about them now after the past few years because they've all outed themselves as like giant scumbags.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So it's like like I love that shit, but
yeah,
I can't really support it anymore. And I've opened for Graves in my Misfits band before and stuff like that. He's very nice to me in a very limited capacity.
Right, he's just a shithead.
He threw himself under the bus, man. Like he really wanted to be. I mean, if you look back, this shouldn't have been totally news. I mean, back in the 90s, he was on the Daily Show. Remember when he was all like, "I'm a Republican punk rocker." And this was before Republicans were really super dangerous, I guess. So everyone kind of thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh no, you're like really gonna double down on that shit? Well, fuck you.
Yeah, he's still.
But
like
there's Sleazy doing the same thing. So
yeah. Well, yeah. Then like even Odorous was on Fox News.
Right, but not
Not at
touting
that
those talking
capacity.
points.
Right,
Yeah,
no, not
yeah.
at all, but
I mean,
yeah, but
Blothar was too. He took over his place and did that show
yeah.
recently too with Gutfield.
Yeah. It's
Hey
weird.
man, that's press. You got to take your press.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
But that's the great thing about GWARs. They're the ultimate villains. They can say the most heinous shit on Fox News, and it's funny because they are space aliens, like who are supposed to be villains, talking to actual villains.
yeah, and they got hooked on crack.
Right, like that's
If-
ridiculous. If you are offended by anything Odorous says or anything GWAR says, the joke's on you because they don't exist. But you
Right.
know what? Greg Gutfield and all those guys on Fox News, they actually do exist. Those are the real villains. It's
Yeah.
kind of funny.
It's wild. It's a wild.
Those were some of the best Odorous videos I've ever seen. Like you
Phenomenal.
wanna like laugh your ass off, just find a playlist of Odorous on Fox News and you will laugh your ass off. I've like had trouble breathing sometimes, I think, laughing to some of those videos.
Yeah, and then Dave was just the king of like improv too, you know, like this off the feet.
Just I don't know how he did it. Yeah. A master of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Chats Lance and chat Americans. Oh yeah, there you go. So you got like a little button that you can pull up.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. I need
The
to
new
get on
album,
that.
yeah, the last few tracks are crazy. But you know what? I feel like that's cool. I like the last few tracks of the album being all weird. Cuz it's not totally new either. It's kind of like of an extension of Voodoo Summonings, you know.
Mhm.
They were doing this stuff back in 92. Now they're just actually putting it on a record.
Right. Yeah,
So,
I definitely gotta now
yeah,
with a
I
new
love American
perspective.
Psycho. What's your favorite Misfits? Sorry.
Walk Among Us.
Yeah.
Well, because like I got like a tape deck and like I have a bunch of tapes, but Walk Among Us just keeps getting flipped. Like every time I work it or something,
It's great.
it's phenomenal.
The one thing that trips me off about it is like I don't know why there's a live version of Mommy in the middle of it. It just makes no sense at all to me.
The choices that were made.
I know like they had a Plan 9 release before Slash took it over and they kind of remixed it a little bit or whatever. So there's different versions of that album too.
Well, yeah, and then it's like or like Night of the Living Dead is like the worst quality ever of a song, and it's like one of their best songs.
Yeah, that's the thing about the Misfits for me. Like what I love most about the Misfits are the songs. They were never a great band. Actually, they were a pretty shitty band for the most of their career.
Yeah.
You listen to Misfits live in the 80s, it's just white noise. It's god awful. They were not a good band.
No.
They're a pretty good band now with Dave Lombardo and AC Slade holding it down.
Well, yeah, they got actual good musicians, but like
I saw them at Madison Square Garden and it still sounded like white noise.
Yeah, like the I mean the horror punk aesthetic, like they're the godfathers of it. Like that wasn't a thing. They bring in the 50s sci-fi horror to like the punk scene. So it resonates with a lot of people for sure. They're classic, iconic songs. They're
the
simple.
songs are incredible. That's the thing. Like
yeah.
When I loved punk rock when I heard punk rock, but when I discovered Where Eagles Dare, I Turned Into a Martian, Skulls, All Hell Breaks Loose, those songs, I was just like, holy shit, I have found my band.
Yeah,
like
All Hell Breaks Loose is awesome.
Like holy crap. What was I gonna say? What's up in the chat over here? American Psycho was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did tour with GWAR a lot in that era, so that's
right.
cool.
That was that era where I was gonna go see him, and then it was like GWAR with Michael Graves, Misfits. Maybe not.
Yeah, I never got.
But I wish I did.
I've seen Michael Graves play solo, and I've seen the Misfits, and I've seen Danzig with Doyle, and I've seen Doyle. Like I've seen it all different kinds of versions of it.
Iterations, yeah.
Yeah. Then one time I saw the Misfits before the reunion proper actually was a really weird lineup with Jerry singing and Des Cadena on guitar from Black Flag.
Yeah, that was like that Project 1950s, wasn't it?
Well, it was sort of extension of that lineup, yeah. But no, because that album had Marky Ramone playing drums, and this was after Marky left the band. That was really weird because it was like a Ramone, a Misfits, and a Black Flag.
That album's trash.
and awful.
Yeah.
Jerry only cannot sing.
Did you hear the Jerry solo record that came out recently?
No, I did not.
Well, it exists.
Well, good for that, because I'm
Yeah.
definitely not going to listen to it. I mean, like even modern Danzig's not like the greatest.
No.
Like
no.
Danzig
I
1.
mean, Danzig 1 through 4 is like the sweet spot. Everything after
Yeah.
that's kind of like, yeah, there's a couple good songs.
I kind of like the instrumental album he did too. I can't think of
Oh,
the name.
Black Aria.
Yeah, Black Aria. I didn't do Black Aria 2. Black Aria
His
1.
his like symphonic keyboard record.
Yeah, it's like a video game soundtrack.
Yeah.
But it was like it was cool for like the time, because you're like, that's the guy from the Misfits made like a. So like I thought
he
it was
tried to
kinda
make
cool.
a symphony on his Casio keyboard, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Which is cool.
Different.
I hope Danzig knows that he's funnier.
Yeah.
Than he like. I think he feels like this is a very serious album. Black
Yeah, he's
Aria.
pretty cringe.
It's a very score. It's like, no, dude, it's you like pushing buttons on a keyboard, which is still cool, man. But let's call it what it is.
The art on it's awesome. The album art.
Sure, he's definitely always got cool art.
Oh, I mean, yeah, he steals it too. Like that.
Oh my God, yeah, everything.
The
he does is
Danzig
stolen.
logo is
the
from,
Misfits logo.
Well, yeah, Misfits logo. Crimson Ghost is for sure stolen. Yeah.
Yeah, the Danzig logos from a Marvel comic book.
Yeah, Christ Star.
Chris
Star, yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce
yeah,
it.
I wouldn't. Christ Star.
I was gonna say Crystallier, but maybe not.
Chris Star, I believe it's number 4.
Yeah, and then yeah, he's always stealing shit. Even November Coming Fire, which was a weekend a shirt I was wearing this weekend, is stolen from something.
November Coming Fire is an awesome album.
It is. That's probably my favorite Sam Hain record.
Oh yeah, we were didn't even get into.
That's a band who has more records than the Misfits.
Yeah, Sam Hain is it's not number 4. Come to find out.
But you guys can look it up. You'll find it.
Yeah, it's blatant. It's like this guy's at like some kind of like. Oh. No, it is. Where is it? It's right here. Man, it's expensive to buy it.
Oh,
8,
I'm
number
sure
8.
Danzig marked the price up. So like.
Yeah, Chris Starr's like got a sword, and there's like the Danzig skull right behind him. It's as clear as day, and he stole it and not unapologetic about it.
No, but he's so concerned about people bootlegging his shit. It's kind of
well, that's the thing. So that's why I was like, well, what's to stop me from stealing the skull, and just
yeah. Well, I think technically what they did was they like. I don't know. The teeth are like a little bit different. It's like so slightly different that they could get away with it. Something like that.
Well, then I
don't know. We'll have to ask Jeff Brumis about it.
Yeah, but yeah, Sam Hain's awesome. Like that whole lineup
I've
is
seen
awesome.
Sam Hain play live as well.
That's awesome.
Not in its original incarnation, of course, but
right. A little too.
They did like a reunion in the 2000s somewhere.
Yeah.
And I saw the Legacy tour where he did Misfits, Danzig, and Sam Hain sets.
Damn.
Yeah, I think I've seen Danzig enough times.
You done with Danzig?
I mean, I'm considering going to see the Misfits. They just announced a bunch of more shows coming up, and they are playing with Fear, who I've always wanted to see. But I don't know if I want to spend the money again. Like, seeing them at Madison Square Garden, it's kind of like it's not going to get much better than that.
No, that's it. That's the pinnacle right there.
Yeah. Sold out, Madison Square Garden. Like, that's incredible. And AC Slade, man, like, I used to film his band play in, like, small clubs back in the day, you know? Like,
yeah.
Seeing him, this guy I actually know a little bit. I'm not going to say I'm friends with him, but, like, he knows who I am from back in the day. Seeing him go on stage and fucking in Madison Square Garden, that's awesome, dude. Go AC Slade.
Yeah.
Oh, so speaking of big, giant shows, maybe you can catch this tour. Let me pull it up. What do you think about this happening?
So I'm not a huge Mudvayne Cold Chamber fan. Butcher Babies are kind of cool. I've never heard Non-Point, but GWAR's good. So I have this weird. I'm like GWAR. I don't know. I'm weird with music. Like,
you've never seen GWAR, dude. You got to see GWAR.
I know.
You're on the GWARPod.
I know, and I haven't seen them. That's like the big thing. That's like my biggest thing. So there's two things. Like
You've got
I'm
to
a
be the
big.
first member of guest on the GWARPod who's never seen them.
Really? You think so?
Probably, or have been in the band.
Well, yeah. Obviously they don't count because.
Yeah.
But like, where? Okay, so go to go. Where are they gonna be locally?
I'm gonna go see them in Long Island at the Jones Beach Theater. So I don't know.
Go back
I
to
don't know
the
where they're going. Oh
go
yeah,
back to
let's see.
the tour
Oops,
dates.
no, I don't know if you can read that.
Can't even.
I
I was
can't
gonna
read it.
wait once it comes up on the YouTube because I got it over here. I can. There's a little delay, but once it comes up, I can read it there.
Okay.
But I mean, Long Island's not terribly far.
Yeah, it's either Long Island or I think where was the other place? I think they're playing in Philly somewhere too.
Philly's doable for me.
So, you know.
Holy crap, that is a huge delay.
Yeah.
Oh, there they are. Okay, so
they're playing in Syracuse.
where is the Syracuse one?
The Joseph's Health Amphitheater at Lakeview.
August 1st.
Do you know that must be closer to you, right?
Yeah, Syracuse is like an hour away.
Dude, there you go. Although,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, I don't blame you if you skip this one because GWAR's gonna have a short set. I'm not a big Mudvayne fan. I do love Cold Chamber. So being that I have the GWAR podcast, I kind of felt like I needed to go see it. I bought like tickets way up in the cheap seats, but I just feel like, hey, I've seen GWAR above, against the rail. Now let me see them from as far away as possible and see what that's like, just to see the perspective of them. This is going to be the first time really seeing GWAR in at least like almost 20 years play to people who may not be GWAR fans and watching them be won over or be absolutely horrified.
Yeah, that's true because they're just
they're going to be wet for the rest of the night, man.
Yeah.
If they're up
Mudvayne is
close.
I can't believe they're not the headliner.
That's why I want to support this, so maybe next time GWAR can be the headliner.
I'll probably skip this one because I can't stand I'm not a huge into any of those other bands. Like I couldn't even tell you like any of their songs.
It's a little expensive. Yeah, I mean, I got tickets for like 60 something bucks or whatever. You can get cheaper tickets, but it's still you're not gonna be in the splash zone,
Right. And I gotta
Most
wear
GWAR shows is just general admission, so it's like everywhere is the splash zone.
Yeah, that's why I gotta wear a white Neon Lord shirt there and get it all gooey.
Right, yeah. I know. I can't look, you have the perfect white shirt on to do it. So
yeah.
Think about it.
I'd like to. We'll see what the next tour looks like.
I'm sure they'll come back around in like the fall, Halloween time.
They're always in New York in their tours, and I always there's always something that's going on, and then it's just
they usually play Irving Plaza. But I mean that's kind of far for you probably.
Yeah, but New York, it's still you can make a weekend out of it.
Yeah, you have to make a weekend out of it. Let me promote the other shows coming up. After Michael Bishop, we got the Humongous Fungus of Urungus is coming on. That's one that I don't think I'm going to have to do much talking because this guy can fill dead air like crazy, man.
Awesome.
If you know anything about the Humongous Fungus of Urungus, you're going to, fuck around and find out. Oh, yeah. No, that's an old one. Uh-oh, where's my... did I not put... I have another announcement. Did I not put it in here? Oh, I think it's at the end. Sorry, my slideshow's in a weird order. So Michael Bishop on April 12th. May 3rd, Byron Bassett, Humongous Fungus of Urungus. And check this out. Ben Eubanks, GWAR's Johnny Slutman, the original singer of GWAR for only 3 shows in 1985, is going to tell his GWAR story. See, we love the big members, and I guess that's pun intended for Dr. Michael Bishop because he is the OG beefcake. But we like the mini, we like the small ones too. We like to get all the perspectives here on the GWARPod.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's fun to listen to, especially like they talk about like the slave pit and going in there, like this, like it was like a factory or something.
I mean, they've had a couple different slave pits, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's like, don't talk about it, do it. That was their motto.
yeah, exactly. That's a good. Yeah, Ghoul.
Okay,
I'm a
Ghoul
huge
again.
Ghoul fan. Ghoul and
Yeah, I
Guar.
saw them.
I
I
would go
saw
with
I
that.
saw Guar with Ghoul and Doyle on that tour a couple years ago.
I don't know if I can handle Doyle.
He doesn't play Misfits songs.
Yeah, I know what. Frankenchrist.
But it's still cool, like
Or not
Doyle.
Frankenchrist. Oh, what is it? Christ the Conqueror?
Oh yeah, that was that was their band before they brought the Misfits back in the 90s. Yeah, when I think Jerry went by Mo,
Oh my god.
something Mighty Mo or something like that.
The Kalfa brothers?
Yeah, yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Kiafa?
I want to say Kiafa, but I could be totally wrong.
Kalfa?
Yeah, maybe. We're totally
Oh.
butchering. Lodi is gonna hate me.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you got any Lodi residents in the building? That's all right. We're not on the Frumis channel. But go if you love the Misfits, you gotta subscribe to the
Yeah, I mean,
Frumis channel. For you and
mean,
anybody watching.
Yeah, I'm probably subscribed.
I did a whole show about Scream with him recently on his channel.
Scream the movies?
Yeah, the new Scream movie.
Was it good?
It was a very entertaining horror movie, but it wasn't a great Scream movie.
I don't
Does
like
that
Scream,
make sense?
Yeah, I'm not a huge Scream fan.
Oh, well then,
I mean,
you don't if you have low expectations, you'll probably get something out of it
I don't think I've
it's
ever
pretty
seen.
fun.
I think I've seen the first one.
Yeah, which has green jelly poster in it.
Yeah, I mean the first one's I guess okay, but it's like
I think Scream 1, the first one, is probably one of the best movies ever made.
Really, that's a bold
Yeah.
statement. Man,
I
you're
mean,
full of
maybe
the
I
bull-
was just right in the right pocket for it. I was like just becoming a teenager about when
Well,
that came out. But I think it
yes.
lives up. It's like, I mean, if you love Nightmare on Elm Street and Wes Craven's work, like this is him, I think, surpassing that.
Surpassing Nightmare 1.
Dude, I think New Nightmare surpassed Nightmare 1. Nightmare 1 is fun, but I'm not like sold to it as the best one.
Oh, I love it.
I love it too, but I think New Nightmare is probably the best Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
New Nightmare 1 or New Nightmare
And Scream is like just New Nightmare, but like without his own...
without Freddy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's 100% correct.
He started meta horror.
Yeah, I mean he that's like the end all be all statement right there. He is meta horror. Like he was like that's when like
people
horror...
I don't think people got it yet. Like he had to take the people playing themselves out of the picture and put in people acting into the picture, to make it work, and that's what Scream was, I think.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't write it, Kevin Williamson wrote it, but still, like, he took his idea and like honed it basically.
Yeah, you could definitely see New Nightmare to Scream. You could definitely see the correlation 100%. Yeah, that's a good call on that. I have to rewatch it because
Scream or New Nightmare?
Scream.
Yeah.
Oh no, New Nightmare I'll watch all day. I got the Freddy's on the box set, baby.
Yeah, me too.
But like Scream, I have to rewatch because Scream came out when I was a jaded horror fanatic, like in high school. I'm like, oh, whatever. It's like new horror movie sucks, whatever, like.
Dude, I think it holds up hardcore. It's a great
I'm sure
movie.
it does. I mean, they made what, 7 already?
This is 6, just came out. Yeah.
6, yeah.
Yeah, but the first one's a masterpiece. The rest are just kind of like, they're good. There's not really a bad Scream movie in terms of like most horror franchises get really, really bad at a certain point. It's never got really, really bad, but Scream 1 is a goddamn masterpiece.
Yeah, I definitely got to rewatch it because it was huge when it came out. It was like a big deal. That was like the resurgence of the slasher film.
Yeah, I could see if you were like rejecting mainstream media at the time that you could hate it.
Yeah, I definitely was.
And it also like ushered in like the era of teen horror movies at the time. Like, it was the first
my
of that
God!
time,
See,
which love or hate that, but that's like saying Nirvana led the way for Nickelback. You know what I mean? Like, yes, they came out a couple years later and watered down the formula to
No,
like
there.
some bullshit.
I guess you could say that, but
But
like,
like, yeah, there's
I
always a pure form of it first.
yeah, I know what you did last summer. Final Destination, all that like awful crap.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the faculty.
The Faculty, yeah.
Missed
So
the X
Faculty
Cops.
is like
Okay, yeah, we love the X Cops here.
yeah, X Cops is awesome. That was like Guar PG was gonna have an X Cop like
Oh
Zipperhead.
yeah, better.
Yeah, gonna have like a
Zipper
whole
Pig.
Zipper Pig. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, like Zipper Pig in it, and then there was
Dude,
another.
every time I drive to New Jersey and my Google Maps, when I cross the border, it goes, "Welcome to New Jersey," and I can't help ever thinking about that song every
It's
time I do it.
that album is fantastic.
It deserves a remix because it's not a great sounding record, but it is a great record.
No, it's not the greatest sounding, but it suffices. If you turn it up
Oh
loud
yeah,
enough.
yeah. If you gotta crank that shit.
Yeah, it's a good
I
one.
don't know. I have a feeling. I have no, inside knowledge, but I feel like X Cops could be something's brewing, I'm sure. I think it's
Yeah.
about time for the X Cops to come back in some way. I mean, that album, came out in 95?
Yeah,
So it's
somewhere around there.
about to have its 20-year anniversary coming up, so right? Did I
No,
do the
30
math right?
year.
30-year. Holy fuck. Yeah, even more. Wow, X Cops is almost 30 years old. I never got to see them. They were a little bit before my time.
Yeah, that's the problem with being.
I was a child,
Yeah, well, yeah,
I
not
was like
necessarily.
15 when that came out. So
Yeah, that's the problem with being 15, and like during that era, you didn't get to see all the good stuff. And then like
Yeah.
obviously Misfits, like in the 80s. I mean, like
I
we
know.
would never.
Yeah,
have,
no, I was negative 1 or 2 years old when the Misfits broke up.
Yeah,
So,
it's like never gonna like. That's the shitty part of like being.
yeah, it did, but it's gotta. There's a great thing can ruin things forever.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
What's up,
Martin.
Martin? Oh, this guy's back. Hey, you came back.
Oh yeah, that's my buddy Jared.
What's up? You caught the beginning and the end.
Yeah, so like Martin said, Scream ruined horror movie posters for about 10 years.
Yeah,
Yep, there it
totally.
is.
Yeah, absolutely. But that original one with fucking Drew Barrymore's face, classic.
Oh man, you remember when like before Scream came out, those Scream masks were like all the rage for a couple Halloweens?
You mean before?
Yes, before.
Not really. I didn't really know about the costume.
Yeah, I remember.
I know it was an existing real thing.
Yeah, it was an existing. It was huge.
It was called Father Death.
Father, you know how those are crazy expensive to buy now.
I bet.
Original ones because people go ham over anything closely related. Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. That was like my first turn off because I was like, what? Like my little cousin had that mask. I was like, this is like.
But that's what makes it scary because the killer is not a supernatural entity. It could be anybody. It's a mystery, really.
Yeah.
No, I mean, obviously, we all know the twist now, but like nobody had done anything like that twist before. That's why it was also mind blowing.
And I do like Matthew Lillard a lot, who is a role playing game guy.
Really,
now.
You should get him on the show.
I would love it. I would love him to play, but it's impossible. I tried to get Macaulay Culkin, but he won't return my my emails or
he's on Cinemassacre.
I know. So if he's on Cinemassacre, that's like a couple steps away from me.
He's a little bigger than us.
Oh, he's a lot bigger than us.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like so it's like with the GWARPod, right? So it's like Wayne Gretzky, or was it Wayne Gretzky that you miss 100% of the shots you never take, right?
It sounds like one of those quotes that could have been anybody's, but it was
Michael Gretzky.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's like this, like how I got onto this with you. I literally said, hey, like I would like to be
Luchadors. What's that?
So my buddy Martin Ouliette, I'm probably not saying his name right. He's Canadian. He just kickstarted a luchador role-playing game.
Oh yeah, what's the Kickstarter? I'll put it up on the screen.
It's already over.
Oh, did it work?
I did, and I am doing the layout work for it. I am involved in the project. Luchador, crime fighting, I have a lot going on, Martin. Like, I can't remember the name of it.
We don't want to mess it up.
Yeah, crime fighting luchadors. Yeah, I was right. I just feel you ever get pressure, right? So you're like, fuck, I gotta remember this name or else I'm gonna look like an idiot. Yeah,
Totally.
so he it backed. I don't know what's gonna happen with the if he's gonna have like a late backing, but yeah, it's backed. I'm involved in the project. I'm doing the layout work for it.
Well, thank you, Elizabeth. Always a fan. Thanks always for coming along. I think we're about to land this plane anyways. We've been doing this for 2.5 hours. Can you believe it? I was like, dude, I don't know what I'm gonna talk to you about because I don't know much about you. And here we are 2.5 hours later. That's
Just became best friends.
Yeah, exactly. I had faith in it,
Yeah, so did I. I was like,
I just didn't want you to feel bad. Like I over prepare for a lot of these people, like probably Michael Bishop, next week. I gotta over prepare for that one.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's fine. I like coming on, chit chatting. We didn't, I'll have to, we'll get you in a game. You can come play live.
Okay.
And I'll it's really easy. You literally just like
do I need anything?
Well, you would need dice, but we could
okay.
You could
I could buy some dice or
or like you can use the online roller if you want first, if you don't want to go out and buy some dice.
Cool.
And then
yeah, everything's digital these days. I forgot.
Yeah. I mean, I roll the real dice, but I'm old school like that. But yeah, we'll get you on a game. We do a lot of streaming of games. We'll get you on and you'll be hooked.
Right.
You'll be hooked.
Sure, yeah. I've been waiting to be asked to play a role-playing game. That's how I'm gonna get into it. Like, I'm not gonna do it on my own, but if I'm invited in, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, so we'll make a deal. I'll play the GWAR card game with you, and then you'll come on and play Neon Lords with me.
Sounds good, man. Well, thanks for being here. Everyone go. I think I have your link tree on the bio here because you got a whole bunch of websites out there. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm everywhere.
There's no like neonlords.com, is there?
There is a neonlords.com where we're currently getting it up and running. We're gonna have
go to the link tree, Neon Lords RPG. You'll find all the shit there.
Yeah, and you could Google Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland. You were the only thing that pops up.
Right, exactly.
And that's another reason why I picked the long name.
Yeah, that works. That totally works. And let's see. Don't forget, Michael Bishop. You better dude. You gotta fucking pack the chat room for this.
Yeah,
one. Don't make me look bad, guys.
I'll be in the chat. I'll be in the chat.
Crime fighting luchadors. Yes,
I was right.
Hell yeah. That is a Gretzky quote. Yeah. Okay. Good. We got a Canadian confirmation on that.
Yeah, Martin's the man.
I don't know much about hockey.
That's
literally any sports.
I know, I know that quote in "Play the man, not the puck." I know that. That's a Gretzky thing. Too.
I remember watching Mighty Ducks as a kid. Does that count?
Mighty Ducks, yeah.
But I remember when Anaheim adopted them as an official name, so I remember that too.
And then Disney made the pretty cool cartoon with the Ducks with the awesome hockey gear.
I don't remember that one.
Really? You should see the artwork for it. It's really cool.
There was a Mighty Ducks cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Maybe is it on Disney Plus? Because
I have no clue. The toys were cool for it. They had like a whole hockey mask, like Jason Voorhees duck mask, like jet thing.
I could picture that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Look at the aesthetics on the toys. They're awesome. It's a weird thing to talk about. But...
Hey, this is the perfect place to talk about toys. Obviously, I mean. Check it out again. I'm a fucking toy now.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So this is the place for it.
Hell
Humongous Fungus, May 3rd, and then fucking Johnny Slutman. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a good one.
That's my Johnny Slutman impression, because that's all he says on stage. Hey, Johnny. You've all seen the video, right? We'll definitely watch it again on the show.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for being at the GWARPod. Mighty Ducks was filmed in my state of Minnesota. Very cool. Very cool.
Awesome.
That was I remember it being a fun movie, although I haven't watched it since I was a child.
Brings it back to Repo Man.
Yeah, exactly. Emilio Estevez, Repo Man. Even though we were talking about Repo the Genetic Opera.
I know. I could
But
not
yes,
remember the name of it.
will all connect back to GWAR in some way. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's the thing. I'm like the GWAR. I could 6 degrees of separation. This shit, you know.
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like it's all interconnected, and then like
Yeah.
GWAR fans are gonna be into B horror movies. They're gonna be into like grind to an extent. Like everything we talked about, GWAR
Yeah, it's
fans
totally
will.
related. Yeah, Squid Pisser. Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I got
Because
him on
I
my.
finally got a grindcore band on my show, and they're like a theatrical one. So
Love it. Anything Locust related, I like a lot
yeah,
too.
well, they're directly Locust related, and Manx
Excellent.
related again for you Guarcast old schoolers.
Yeah.
That toy is rad. Fuck yeah, you're rad. Thanks for being here, all you rad motherfuckers.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, if you're here right now, fucking like. If you haven't already, subscribed. Like, come on, help me with the algorithm here. I don't get enough likes on YouTube. Make me feel better. You know, if you're
And then
watching this, you like this, right?
Yeah, and go back and like all the other videos.
Exactly. Yeah, just go down my page, go subscribe. You don't have to watch everything. It's cool, but just give me that statistic, man. Let me get those super chats rolling, man.
Hell yeah.
And then also Friday, if you're into Phantom of the Opera, we're going to be talking here 10 o'clock Eastern time, Friday night, book club. Do I have a flyer? Let me see if I got a flyer for that one. Oh, forget it. Book club with a Phantom historian on the Friday, 10 o'clock. Actually, here, do you like old computer games?
Of course.
Okay. So let me explain this one while I try to pull a flyer up. What are your favorite old like 90s computer games?
So are you talking strictly computer, or are you talking like
Yeah.
video game wise?
I would say computer, because
Doom?
what I'm thinking of is like Microprose. Does
Well, I
that
mean, like
ring a bell?
Micro Pros, I'd have
That's
to
a
see like.
company.
Yeah, I mean, kinda. I'd have to see like.
So like games like Police Quest or
Kind of
Leisure
like
Suit Larry.
yeah, like the point and click games.
The point and click games. Yes, exactly.
King's Quest and all that.
King's Quest, exactly. Yeah. There was a game in the 90s, I want to say 1996 or so, that was called Return of the Phantom.
Very cool.
Right? And it was okay, so here's my flyer for Friday if you're into it.
I'm into it.
Let's talk about Phantom of the Opera. And then so this is the game Return of the Phantom from Microprose. It was a point and click mystery game about Phantom of the Opera where you're a detective running around the opera house solving this phantom crime. And yeah, me and Becky Lapp are going to do a playthrough of the whole game.
Awesome.
It's probably going to take a few hours, so sit tight and get some caffeine. Saturday, April 15th, which is the day before Phantom their last show on Broadway. Cry. But the preparation is that on Monday, the 17th, we're going to talk to the guy who actually wrote the game.
That's awesome.
And what he's actually most famous for is being the only American writer officially hired to write James Bond novels in the 90s.
Interesting. Did you ever do like a Phantom show of like the Phantom movies, like the I'm Phantom of the Mall, or like
I will. I mean, it's I have them all. You know, I gotta just find the right people to talk to them about.
Or like yeah, that makes sense. And then like Phantom of the Paradise. Yeah. What, I don't remember the like actual name. Phantom of the Paradise. Or
Phantom of the Paradise by Brian De Palma.
Yeah, it's a Brian De Palma movie. That's crazy.
I know. And it just about predated Rocky Horror Picture Show too. So.
Yeah, see, that's like I always have like that and Rocky Horror like.
I mean, they came out around the same 2 years, and they were both like glam rock horror themed musicals, basically.
Yeah.
I guess Rocky. I mean, Rocky Horror was more of a musical than Phantom of the Paradise just had a bunch of songs in it, but similar, very similar vibes. I'm going to start doing, again, I just got to find the right people to talk to. I want to do double feature nights. We're not going to watch the movies, but we're going to double feature, talk about 2 movies, related movies. And the first one I think we're going to do, which doesn't have a date yet, is going to be Robert Englund's Phantom of the Opera from 1989, paired with, paired with Dance Macabre, starring Robert Englund, which was the script for the proposed sequel of Phantom of the Opera, converted into this other movie called Dance Macabre. So
awesome.
That's gonna come up in the future if you're into horror and Robert Englund and Nightmare on Elm Street and anything we're talking about tonight. It all ties together here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Strangeland. Robert Englund is in Strangeland. Bile is in Strangeland.
Bile toured with GWAR.
Bile toured with GWAR.
Boom. Nailed
it's all
it.
there, man.
Yeah.
So Robert Englund, get at me.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Shout out to a lot of people. Actually, you know what? I'll end this show with everyone's tired of it probably already, but my cameo from Beefcake the Mighty, where he says that Phantom of the Paradise is one of his favorite Phantom movies. What was the game that was like a live action thing? It's a home invasion situation. I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, I answered it in the chat. It's Night Trap.
Oh, Night Trap. Cool. There you go. So if anyone's interested in all those other things that I do, check it out.
Oh man,
you saw that? That's fucking awesome, dude.
That's my buddy Jared. He's OG.
I mean, that must have been in the early 90s, right?
Yeah, he's a little older than us.
I mean,
not an offense. He got to see all the wild stuff.
That's cool. It was a little before my time. The first time I saw Bile was when I opened for them in 2003, so it was like exactly almost 20 years ago.
Yeah, I would say I saw Bile 2001, 2002.
Yeah, right around that time. It was, I think Demonic Electronic was just coming out.
Yeah, that was like the big album that was like they were pushing.
Yeah. I'm trying to get Christoph on the show, but I don't know if he's like retired from doing interviews from now. But dude, Bile is still putting out new music. They're remastering their old catalog slowly. Go check out their Bandcamp. Oh, that's the other thing I got to talk about. I got to promote myself a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to pay the bills.
This Friday is Bandcamp Friday. Do you know what Bandcamp Friday is?
No.
Bandcamp Friday is the day that all proceeds made by an artist on Bandcamp goes directly to them. They take no cut on Bandcamp Fridays, so you can go buy my album, Welcome to My Pity Party, or there's no physical copies left, but you can go buy my old album, Vonesper's Stalemate, which features Christoph from Bile on it.
Awesome.
So go buy my shit, go buy Bile's shit on Friday, so we get all the money for it.
Yeah.
And you can get, if you like neon things, you can get this neon colored cassette tape of a compilation that I'm on as well. So
sweet.
Songs for Jack Terry Cloth. So yeah, that's my spiel. Oh, now we got people talking about
Bile and GWAR.
Yeah. You saw Tool open for GWAR? That's rad. I never seen Tool actually. I saw dudes get carried out of the stretchers at Ministry Sepultura Helmet. Dude, I love Helmet.
Crow. What about the Crow soundtrack?
Dude, that's the best soundtrack of the 90s. Hands down. 100%. Fucking The Cure, Burn, Nine Inch Nails.
It doesn't get the love. Stone Temple Pilots song on it.
Pantera,
awesome.
Rage Against the Machine.
My Life with
Helmet,
the Thrill Kill Call.
My Life with the Thrill Kill Call. Yeah, it's awesome. All of
Ministry, I believe, too, is on it.
No, they're not on it.
No?
No.
What's the it must be the My Life with the Thrill Kill Call.
I believe that. Yeah, definitely Thrill Kill Call, because they're the band playing in the movie as well.
Yeah, it's like the Ministry sounding band, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's like one of their heavier tracks. I've filmed Thrill Kill Call a couple times at least.
Awesome.
Was there a connection between Tool and Green Jello? Yes. Maynard lived at the Green Jello studios, and that's why Tool formed, because they were all in Green Jello. If you listen to Three Little Pigs, Maynard is the voice of the Pigs, and Danny Carey plays on that whole record.
Boom.
So
Dropping
they used to
mad
play
knowledge.
shows together. Like Tool would play with Haunted Garage, and Green Jello and his other band Pygmy Love Circus would all play together. Yeah, there's a huge connection there. I mean, they lived together in the Green Jello loft. And then if you listen to Tool's first EP, Opiate, some of the songs, those live tracks are recorded from a party at the Green Jelly loft.
Sweet.
So it's very connected, yeah.
Very cool.
Although, yes, I am a member of Green Jelly. I've never met Maynard or Danny Carey or can get in touch with them. I don't know how to get in touch with them.
Just shout it out.
Oh, I've been trying. I
I'm
want
sure
to
you
get
got the
Danny Carey
connects.
in my documentary. I know people. I don't want to use my connections that hard.
Yeah, I
You know
feel
what I
you.
mean?
Yeah, totally.
Like it should.
But I mean, if you're making a documentary though, like that's different.
I had another person from Danny's band Pygmy Love Circus in the documentary, and that guy's busy. I don't know. I'll just keep trying though. If anyone knows Danny Carey, tell him I'm looking for him.
Yeah,
That's
Crow
cool.
soundtrack. So like the Crow soundtrack, and then like one of the Matrix ones was really awesome too. I believe.
Well,
it's...
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, Mortal Kombat.
Well, I know I see that Mortal Kombat behind you all this whole episode, so we got to mention Mortal Kombat soundtrack with Bile on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Bile, Typo Negative. That was a great soundtrack too.
Yeah, and then
not quite the Crow, but
no, the Crow.
It's up there. And Buckethead is also on the score for that. So Buckethead's on that CD with Bile.
Very awesome.
It's all like my wheelhouse right there.
Perfect. Yeah, that's like that's the ultimate wheelhouse.
Okay. Almost 3 hours, guys. I think it's time.
What's the longest episode you've had?
We went like 4.5 hours with
Holy
both
moly.
Hunter and John Sleazy was almost
Sleazy.
4 hours too.
That one was long, but it was interesting. I mean, I love Sleazy.
Yeah, you watch them at 2 times the speed. If you're gonna watch these over, like, don't watch it at normal speed. Get it done quicker. You have you don't realize how slow people talk until you start listening to them talk fast.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'll have to Sleazy, man, get a hold of me. I still get you and Sleazy in the game together.
Sure, great.
I'm trying, man. Especially with him, I think it would be awesome. And then the GWARPod is like my passion project.
Yeah, SFW soundtrack was pretty good.
Oh man, SFW.
Well, GWAR, I mean, that's one of my favorite GWAR songs of all time was SFW. They don't play that enough. Bring back SFW. The first song they did with Casey Orr.
Somebody was just talking about the SFW movie. They were like,
I have to watch it again. I only watched it once. I think I have it on Blu-ray. And it doesn't have the GWAR video on it. I'm so disappointed.
Damn.
I guess on the VHS, if you go to the end of the movie, like they have the video for SFW with like Ethan Hawke and GWAR in it and stuff.
That's crazy.
See, again, another. Wait, was that Ethan Hawke?
Oh no, that's Brad Dorff. Or Steven or Brad Dorff, right?
Yeah, the voice of Chucky, right?
No, Steven Dorff then.
Isn't he the voice of Chucky?
Brad Dorff is.
Are they brothers?
I don't know the Dorff connection between the brothers. It's Steven Dorff. Is it spelled different?
But my problem with the SFW soundtrack is it's mostly like the Crow and Mortal Kombat had mostly original songs on it, or like stuff that you couldn't get on their albums. SFW was like songs straight from other people's albums, like Marilyn Manson and Hole, which is a great collection. I think Soundgarden might have been on there, but it wasn't like new tracks.
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's like that Matrix.
Except GWAR. GWAR's track was original. It wasn't on any other album. And it was up for a Grammy, by the way. Do you know SFW got GWAR a Grammy nomination in 1995?
Awesome.
Yeah, best metal performance. For a song that was actually a demo, they sent it in. This is what I understand about SFW is they sent in the demo for that song, expecting the record company to like send them some money to go record it for real. And they just put that on the album and it was nominated for a Grammy. So go figure.
Fuck it.
I think they recorded it completely live in the studio. You can hear the SFW sessions in the Slave Pit singles if you want to get real nerdy and listen to Dave get really drunk.
Hell yeah.
All right, that's it, guys. I'm closing it down. You guys just keep talking, and I love that.
I know. It's yeah. Then we go down these rabbit holes, and then
I gotta talk about my Tool and Green Jelly. You know, if you're gonna ask about it, I'm the guy to ask about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and if you're into Green Jelly, definitely go watch. There's a short documentary about them that Vice just put out. It's about 15-20 minutes.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Fucking go give them those numbers, man. Like, go check it out.
It's
All
getting
my friends
huge.
are in it.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really worth.
I wish I was there at the time, but I wasn't. Like, I have been on that show, but not in any of the footage that they showed.
I watched it. I watched it looking for you though.
Yeah, I wasn't there, unfortunately. But yeah, go watch Green Jello doing their live stream shows every other week. From the Whiskey Go Go is free on YouTube. They're doing awesome stuff. Go check it out. Cool, guys. I'm gonna close it with my Casey Orr fucking cameo. So come back next week for Michael Bishop. I know you'll all be here.
Yep, I'll be there.
All right. Until next time. I don't really have a closing for this show. Go fuck yourself. So fucking what?
Hell yeah.
Hey, Kevin Vonesper. Hey man, it's me. It's your old buddy Beefcake, the mighty from GWAR. Yeah. Hey man, your friend Keith Rankin wanted me to reach out and wish you, I guess, a belated birthday. Your birthday was on the 27th, and you turned 39. Ding 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 ding. Wow. I've got piss stains in the front of my fucking underwear. Older than you. Anyway, he wanted me to wish you a happy birthday and good luck. Wish you good luck hosting your GWARPod on YouTube. That sounds like it's going to be quite entertaining. Anyway, man, he also said, he asked me what my favorite Phantom of the Opera related movie or whatever is, and I gotta say, here's my top three. The original black and white silent Phantom of the Opera with Lon Chaney Sr., yes, and the song Phantom of the Opera by Iron Maiden, and also the comedy movie sensation Phantom of the Paradise. Yes, excellent. Anyway, that's all I got for you. So, hope you enjoyed your birthday. It's going to be your last. GWAR's coming on tour and everybody's going to die, so I guess none of this really matters. But, yeah, I hope you had a blast anyway. Cheers!
GWARPod comes from on GWARPod. GWARPod.